What up, what up, what up, guys? How are you guys doing today? Good to see you guys on this lovely, lovely day today. Welcome to our second episode of our Glitched Out podcast. I got my boy, King of Soup, the one and only, the legend, the myth, from YouTube and on Twitch. He's a really cool guy, very down-to-earth streamer, really cool variety streamer. I'd call him a friend of my own. So today, guys, we'll be doing the podcast. A little disclaimer: we will not be talking. I personally won't be talking to chat because I'll be uploading to YouTube. So for the, I should say, viewers on both ends, I guess a viewing experience, I won't be talking to chat, but we will be taking questions later on in the stream. And I do see you guys in chat. I'm glad you guys are here today. All right. So today we got a field podcast. It's gonna be me and my boy King. Randy wasn't here today, but we have a great lineup for the next upcoming podcast. We have the podcast the first and third Sunday of every month, and see you guys in chat. So some of the things we're gonna be covering today in our podcast, we have at least 8 different things. We have a full podcast today. We got some. We're gonna talk about thoughts on demonetization. I can't say the word of YouTube and of YouTube videos. We also got some Twitch features. We got the Twitch mobile app, which I think a lot of people don't know about. It's kind of confusing what's happening with that. I'm going to talk about Arc, and Arc, I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but Arc has a new expansion pack. But yeah. So, King, what do you think? So I know personally you download on YouTube. I think you came straight from YouTube to Twitch, or did you do Twitch before YouTube?
I want to say that I did Twitch first. Yeah, I think I did Twitch first because, yeah, there wasn't really much of a live streaming like setup for YouTube. I think that kind of started like while I was starting YouTube, I think. Yeah, that sounds right. I don't know why I don't remember that, but
okay. All right. So I've been seeing a lot on Twitter, the Twitter sphere, social media sphere, and a lot on YouTube. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos coming out lately about YouTube not giving ad money to certain content creators. Do you think it's because the content they create? Do you think it's them as a content creator, or is it some mythical algorithm in the background or some person on the computer doing all that stuff to people's videos?
I think that's an easy answer to that. The answer is yes. I think it's all of that. And the main reason is just because in my experience, I would say once you get hit with one of those things, a demonetization or any kind of like a copyright strike, I have a feeling that your account gets flagged and they can kind of see, oh, we need to watch this guy's account, but a lot of the stuff that I have seen, it's all based on the content that you're putting out. If you're swearing a lot, if you have sexually suggestive stuff, if you have, that kind of content. And really, I mean, if you have that on your channel, you probably have more of that on your channel. So I'm sure they're going to watch you more.
So do you think they're pretty much like, well, this person got flagged, he has some he has some questionable content, let's just keep an eye on this person and keep an eye on their next upcoming content?
That's what I think. And if you'll notice, the people that are talking about it are the people that are constantly getting hit with the demonetization of their content, and a lot of them didn't change their content for a long time until lately, and then their stuff hasn't been hit with demonetization. But from what I can tell, it's a ton of people getting hit.
It's a lot of people. I mean, it's a lot of. I've been watching a few content creators, and people have been pissed. I mean, on Twitter, I see people talking about I'm done with YouTube. I mean, you got even viewers coming on over saying, adding to the conversation, say, hey, YouTube, you're messing up, you're going downhill. Yep. Why do you think YouTube is doing this, adding this step to, I guess, their playbook of, what are they trying to accomplish by this? What do you think their end goal of this is?
Well, YouTube is a brand. YouTube makes money, and in order for them to make money, they have to sell ad revenue, and so they have to put those ads on certain people's videos. And I think that when you end up putting, just as an example, if you put an ad on, let's say, PewDiePie's video, I don't know if you guys are familiar, but that's kind of who started this whole scandal, is PewDiePie doing a Nazi video, and it was satire, it was a joke, but you just can't talk about Nazis, and people will be like, yeah, Nazis are funny, huh? It's not especially with all the crap going on now.
That's something you just don't do.
And so they're worried about people or companies, having their ads put on those videos, and then you kind of link, okay, a Coke video or a Coke ad played over a Nazi video. Okay, so Coke likes Nazis, and obviously these big companies aren't going to be wanted to be affiliated with that kind of stuff. And so I get where YouTube is coming from. They're just not being forthright with the information of like why you're being hit with demonetization, or how they're choosing this, or like how many times can you say the F word and not get demonetized, and it's all very subjective to some dude sitting in a computer at a YouTube office going, nah, demonetized. There's no, I don't know, there's no explanation from YouTube of like, this is what we have, this is what we can't have. You know what I mean?
Okay. So I think what you're saying is, I think a lot of people agree on this. They want YouTube to be more transparent about why and what they're doing about this.
Exactly.
Well,
And go ahead.
I mean, I understand the whole transparency thing. That is a must by any platform. I mean, you got Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, any streaming or I guess content creating. They put, I guess, edited content on. You want there to be as transparent as to be, so you know what to do and what not to do. But at the same time, I kind of step back and I kind of think to myself, didn't kind of common sense play into it? I mean, I've been hearing echoes, and I mean, around Twitter of, I mean, I got a pretty good idea. I didn't read a lot about what's exactly happening with YouTube, but I got a pretty good idea of why YouTube's doing what it's doing. Me as a content creator, wouldn't just be smart of me to just like, you know what? I think YouTube's kind of cracking down a little bit on, swearing, cursing, some of the questionable content, especially like you said in these days with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. They're trying to be very selective, and they're trying to protect themselves, correct, from any lawsuits or any questionable content that might pop up with their ad on it.
Well, I think that as brands, they need to be allowed to choose the types of content they want their stuff on top of, because we still have R-rated movies that say the F word a lot. We still have, not that I want to talk about pornography, but that stuff, that's an industry, and they run ads on that kind of stuff. And there's all kinds of different industries that are more mature, and YouTube as a whole is being like, we're just going to not let anybody have anything that's remotely on the cusp of something that's negative or seen as mature or anything like that. And I don't like that. I don't like how YouTube is. They're just like, where do we decide? Yeah, they're censored when it comes down to it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand that a whole, like, we should be able to pump out the content we want, don't censor us. But at the same time, like I said, they are a business. So the way I would look at it as YouTube is like, I'm trying to protect myself and my ad companies, obviously companies that are in future companies that I'm going to do partnerships and current companies. My thing it is, if you kind of dumb things down and you take away that whole mature content, ads or content on YouTube, you kind of create a safe space, and it's more ad friendly for everybody. I mean, Red Bull's not gonna come along and be like, bro, you don't got curse on your platform, I'm not gonna give you my ads. You know what I mean? But they might actually come along and be like, dude, why are you supporting this person saying this? Or why are you supporting this person saying that? I don't want to be on there. So they're playing safe, which is smart in my book. A lot of people are upset about it, but there's only really two places to go, and this kind of ties into our next subject. There's only two places to go right now. The two most, I guess, utmost streaming and I guess content related services out there is YouTube and Twitch, right?
Yeah, correct.
I mean, I've seen a lot of people jump ship and saying, "Hey, I'm going from YouTube to Twitch because they're a more content friendly, more mature content friendly ecosystem, and I can do whatever I want there." I mean,
and I think YouTube is gonna feel that, and they're gonna figure this out. It's just, I don't know how YouTube does this stuff, but I can only imagine, being such a huge company, it's gonna take a while for this stuff to filter down, them to kind of figure everything out. But they're not stupid, and so they're definitely gonna work on a way to make content creators happy, because there could easily be a new thing come out tomorrow that kills YouTube. I say easily, but I mean there could be something, just like how YouTube started doing stuff with live streaming, and Twitch was like, whoa, crap, we got to change our platform. So like there's things are going to happen in the near future. Yeah, exactly. But I just feel like YouTube as a whole needs to be more transparent, and I think that's the main issue that everybody's crying about. Obviously right now they're crying about being demonetized, which is the issue, but as a whole, we need to know why.
Yeah.
And give us guidelines. And if you want to run your industry with an iron fist and be like, no swearing, no mature, whatever, let us know. And then if we decide to stay, then we'll change. I totally get what you're saying about noticing the temperature of the industry and going, okay, they're cracking down on mature content, so I'm going to change my content to not be as mature. But what if your content is solely based on whatever? I like, as a terrible example, Leafy, who he just makes fun of cringe videos and that kind of stuff.
He just goes off on people.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't really enjoy watching that kind of content, but clearly millions of people do. And so if he's not making money on that kind of stuff, there's no way he's going to continue doing that because it's a waste of time. And if you're doing this as a full-time job, why would I continue to work my ass off and make
Oh
no
yeah.
money?
Oh yeah. I definitely understand what you're saying. I think a lot of people are upset because YouTube is messing with people's livelihoods. You know what I mean? I mean, people have been pumping out content. I mean, there's been people on YouTube since the dawn of time. I mean, you got Casey Neistat, you got just a bunch of people that have been playing games, vlogging, making cooking shows on there for a long time, and their stuff's been hit as a kind of collateral damage, as you would say.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I kind of have mixed feelings about it. I think from my perspective, I totally agree with what YouTube's doing. But like you said, they should have guidelines, just like Twitch. Twitch is, I mean, there's so many things that happen on Twitch. You're like, what am I doing? I mean, partnership, for example. There's no really solid guidelines how to become a partner. There's just suggested guidelines.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like follow the rules.
Yeah.
But tell me what the rules are, and then I can follow them.
And then I can follow them better. But I think also what YouTube's trying to do, and this is just my opinion. This is not YouTube's opinion. This is my opinion. I think YouTube's trying to filter out and I guess grind down the amount of content creators on his platform. You see, you know what I mean? There's a saying for it. I forgot the saying, but you know what I mean. They're trying to not trying to do it maliciously, but this is the way of cutting down. You know what I mean? Because think of it this way: as YouTube is a company, they want to make money, right? And they got millions and millions, and I mean, there's new people coming on YouTube every single day, wanting to vlog, want to make game videos, you know, left and right, because it's an amazing platform and you can do what you do. I mean, that's what YouTube's for. Be you, be creative. But at the same time, you just going, oh my God, there's so many new content creators coming over. We gotta watch out because I mean, we're hemorrhaging, we're bleeding money.
Absolutely.
So what do we do next? We crack down, meaning more companies do come in and they're more than likely to give us their ad money, meaning our stock goes up, and we can sustain that stock by filtering out the bad one. You know what I mean? Because technically, say if I'm a restaurant and I have an employee that's just rude to my customers, I don't know about it, but things have been coming back to me saying, "Oh no, they're being rude," and I'm like, I'm not sure. They could be by themselves getting rid of customers I need and money that I would want as a business. So wouldn't I get rid of that employee to keep those customers? You see what I mean?
Or if as a restaurant owner, I would go to that employee and go, "Hey, these are the rules. You need to follow them or get out." Like, give us a chance at least. I understand if you're changing the rules and then you're like, okay, so now from now on, everything that's mature and ridiculous, we're going to demonetize from now on. I think people will still get pissed about that, but I don't think it's going to be as much of a freak out as it is. And just to be clear, it's not just the mature content. It's something that they've deemed as not monetizable. I mean, it's not just swear words. It's not just, you know, joking about rape or something like that. I mean, it's pretty. There's some pretty tame content that they're demonetizing.
Do you think it's this? Do you think they're kind of trying to up the standard of content? Do you think they're going, well, this person supplies okay content, not the best, not as good as this person. Ads rather be on here than here. I'm going to demonetize this so we don't have to waste our ad money.
See, I don't think that there's necessarily somebody with that much thought in it. I think because there's so many thousands and thousands of videos coming on at a time that there's algorithms listening to the speech, and there's trigger words and that kind of stuff. I mean, they would have to spend billions of dollars to pay people to sit and watch videos all day.
I mean, I would do it.
Oh yeah,
YouTube, I would gladly sit here all day.
Just $39.99 an hour. I will sit and watch your video and demonetize it.
Yep. No, but yeah, you're right. There is so I think a lot of people got really misconstrued concept of what's going on right now. They think there's like these people sitting behind computers are going, well, you know, Hustlers demonetized, Salado demonetized, McZerg demonetized. You know, I'm just gonna demonetize this one just cause I'm having a bad day. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter with very wrong information, ignorant information, going crazy ham on YouTube saying you suck, your platform is going down, Twitch is going up, I don't want to be on YouTube anymore. But they gotta understand is YouTube has an algorithm and it's learning. It learns every day. Now it makes mistakes just like humans do, but it's learning to be more proficient in what it does. And maybe one day it'll be set on, it won't demonetize anybody with some tame content or make it a cooking show. Talk about gingerbread houses, and next thing you know, there goes your video. You know, there goes your video.
Well, you know, if he accidentally knocks down the wall in his gingerbread house and he blows out the F word, that's probably going to get demonetized.
Yeah. I mean, do you also think? I mean, because what what some people feel is having a YouTube is it's a safe space. You can't curse. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I'm human. I curse every now and then. You know, I mean, there are some people who don't, but a curse word here and there should not.
Let's play some jump scare games and try not to curse. How about that? I mean, let's be real here.
Oh, snap crackle. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
that's not
like,
the word coming out of my mouth.
No. But you know what I mean? It's like you know, YouTube's playing with people's money, their livelihood, because one day they just said, you know what? We're gonna crack down on what where ad money can go.
Just be upfront about it. That's all we want. Just say, hey, you can't swear, or you can swear and you won't get demonetized. And here's the list of swear words. Maybe. I mean, it's gonna have to get pretty ridiculous. Otherwise, people are just gonna still be salty about it.
Oh yeah.
I mean.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's kind of like on YouTube, you can't show nudity, but on Vimeo, you can show nudity. And so if that's your thing and you make, you know, artsy videos or music videos with nudity or whatever, those go on Vimeo. None of that stuff is on YouTube. Or if it is, it's on there for 5 seconds and gets flagged. You know, there may be another channel for more mature content. Or maybe YouTube just needs to create a more adult
YouTube
section. There's a kids YouTube, and they have billions and billions of views of choo-choo trains going in circles. I mean, like...
So like YouTube Kids,
oh my gosh,
YouTube Safe Space, and then YouTube XXX, triple XXX.
Well, maybe not XXX, but like maybe YouTube R.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna go there. No, but seriously, have you seen some of those kids videos that are like super popular? It's like a bear dancing around, and it's got like a million views.
Oh yeah, you could even demonetize that even if you wanted to.
I feel like I'm missing out on some content. Create some bears.
I mean, I think I'm gonna go to the store and go buy some teddy bears, and there's my content. You know,
KingofSoup Kids.
Yeah, KingofSoup Kids, KingofSoup Kids. So, do you feel that you mentioned PewDiePie earlier? Do you feel that it's unfair that, regardless if PewDiePie meant to or not, do you feel that this backlash came on pretty much hundreds of thousands of content creators down the road because his mess up? Do you think it was his mess up, or do you think it was an accumulation of a bunch of other things?
I imagine there was something in the works like before that, but then as soon as he and I guess the thing is, I did watch a few of his videos that had the Nazi stuff in it, and it wasn't his first video that started all this controversy. There was like several videos before that, but I don't know. I mean, it's got to be talked about. If somebody, you know, if YouTube notices that and goes, you know, it's got to start somewhere. So you can't just blame PewDiePie for it, but like. He is one of the biggest people on YouTube, and if you let him do it, then
everybody would do it.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
And his stuff was not that it makes it any different, but the Nazi stuff happened before all this big Nazi stuff in the news. So you definitely can't do that stuff now. But before that it was a huge deal. I mean, like, we shouldn't joke about that stuff, you know?
I agree.
I mean, if you want to do it at your house, that's fine. But like, I don't think it needs to be on the front page of YouTube of, you know, PewDiePie giving the Nazi salute. I don't know. It's just, I get it. I get it with satire. I get he was trying to be funny and there was a purpose to it. And so there is a part where I'm a bit torn. I'm like, I mean, it was trying to be funny, but like.
At the same time, it's like, dude.
Yeah.
And I think this kind of started to go off on this random rant. I saw this on Twitter. Somebody was talking about PR and devs and stuff. And we'll talk about it later. I want to touch on it later. But one thing I think a lot of people don't understand is your online content is your resume, your online presence on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, even on Instagram, even on maybe Snapchat, anything that anybody can see you publicly, video, audio, or pictures, is your resume. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, there's definitely some stuff on AOL Instant Messenger chat that I am super ashamed of, and I hope nobody ever finds. Let's be real here.
Well, YouTube know where to look.
Yeah, I mean,
but yeah, so I think that kind of ties into and I wouldn't say it's ignorance, but I would say some people forget that YouTube is a company, and YouTube is giving us free money, which some people might not say free because we're making content, we're editing for hours a day. There's people who spend 10 to 12 hours on one video that's 5 minutes long. Yeah. We don't, you know, there are people that spend like, I mean, every day in and out, traveling the world, making content for our viewer pleasure, right? But at the same time, people got to realize YouTube is a brand, is a company, you know, out there. Yes, they're making money off us. We're making money off them. But at the same time, as an employer, for example, McDonald's, you don't want to hire an employee that's just crazy, deranged, to come up and just start slapping people with hamburgers and cheese and eat all the fries in the back in the freezer. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, you know, and I've seen this happen on Twitch. I think companies are starting to crack down and being more business savvy and holding people accountable. Do you think what's happening? YouTube is starting to say, "Hey, I'm gonna hold you accountable, G. You know, content you put out, our algorithm might catch you. You know."
Yeah.
And a lot of people, like I said, made this comment multiple times. YouTube is trying to create a safe place. You know, some people hate it, some people like it. Me personally, I don't mind it. You know, because I know where I fit in that. You know,
absolutely.
Also, like you said, I mean, there's people who like Leafy, or I mean, there's other like content creators out there that make some very edgy content. You know,
that's the word I was looking for. Edgy.
There it is. Yeah, edgy content.
Yeah.
And some people feel like it's not fair that, you know, these people make content for years, and then YouTube comes along and says, you know, this is the cutoff, G. No more content about this, you know, without warning.
Yeah.
The way I see it is, it's kind of might be cold-blooded. Some people might agree, might not. But I personally think, yeah, YouTube should have gave them a fair warning. But at the same time, if my content is based off being edgy, rude, making not so okay jokes that are just on the edge, do you think I'm going to be able to take my content, turn it all the way around, censor my content, censor my curse words, and literally change my content from day and night and still be prosperous on YouTube?
Absolutely not. There's nobody's going to watch your stuff. It's like being on Twitch and, like, for your example, playing RP, and then you're like, you know what, I'm going to start streaming Crash Bandicoot. Like, people come to watch it like it's a TV show. And if you don't keep up with the same type of content, I don't think people are going to stick around. You might have that, you know, a certain percentage of your community that stays around, but it's not going to happen. And like you said, Leafy, I actually saw somebody post a video the other day talking about what happened to Leafy, and his content changed to like super clickbaity stuff, and he's really, really lost a lot of his viewers because he changed the style of stuff. And it's like, you kind of gotta notice that. I mean, I don't know. It is a business. I mean, it'd be fun to be like, come on, YouTube, just let us have fun. No, YouTube's if you're wanting to do this as a business, you gotta learn to change with the times and evolve. And the times now are saying, I'm sorry, we're not accepting gutter comedy anymore. So you gotta change your stuff. I mean,
it is what it is. You gotta adapt as a content creator.
And it sucks. It sucks. It really does. I totally get it, and I feel for all these content creators, especially the ones that are just barely scraping by as full time, and they're getting hit with this demonetization. I mean, it's like losing your job at a certain point. I mean, like, I can't imagine what that feels like. I mean, that's gotta suck.
Yeah. I guess what it comes into, there's so many different people out there. So many different people out there. So much different types of content. From my perspective, because the way I think about it is, I'm very conscious of what I say and what I do on social media platforms. Because I know, like I said, this ties back into, this is what companies. I'm just gonna name out some companies: Nike, Adidas, Red Bull, Razer, Asus, you know, Sony, Canon, Panasonic. So many companies out there that you're pretty much jockeying to with everybody else to get in their limelight, to get sponsored by them, you know?
Exactly.
And it is what it is. People got to realize at the end of the day, you have to cater your content for these companies to be chosen, to live that life. I mean, there's YouTubers out there making what, 7 figures more?
It's crazy, man.
I mean, yeah, there's YouTubers out there. We already know out there. I mean, could you name any out, for example? I mean, top YouTubers you like to watch?
You know, I'm gonna be honest. I don't watch a whole lot of top YouTubers, but stuff that comes through my related feed or whatever that I'll click on every now and then. One of the main ones would be PewDiePie, because some of his videos just, I'll be honest, really crack me up. He'd be one of the big ones that I can think of. You know, with the type of games that I used to play, some of the bigger guys like H2O Delirious and Cartoons, and I can't even think of all those guys, Jacksepticeye, and that kind of joking video stuff, you know, that makes me think of those guys. And you know, those guys are rolling in it with their, you know, 40-50 million subscribers or whatever they have now. I don't even know.
Yeah.
But a lot of their stuff, I'm sure, is getting demonetized because it's all dick and fart jokes, and like they're cracking down on that stuff.
Yeah. So that's really tough. I mean, what the people I'm watching right now are, I mean, you got Reggie, you got Rennie, King Batch. I'm watching a lot of like skit comedy videos and stuff like that. They're hilarious. I've always watched them. I mean, these are people from the Vine days, the OG Vine days.
Yeah. And see, I haven't watched a lot of those guys. Most of the stuff I watch on YouTube is gaming or like music right now,
Hmm.
or car stuff. So there's not like a ton of super high million subscriber, car stuff that I watch. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head, but it is neat to see some of those guys like King Batch that you mentioned
Hmm.
coming over from Vine and getting a pretty big following. And a lot of those guys end up vlogging, don't they?
Yep. Some of them, I think actually, like this comes down to what I said, adapting. A lot of them are starting to
Mm-hmm.
vlog. A lot of them are starting to, kind of branch out into different, I guess, sections with content creating.
Yeah.
Yeah. But honestly, I don't really see them talking about the strikes that are coming down on everybody else. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got Rennie, you got Reggie. I mean, you got so many comedian content creators that used to be on Vine that make hilarious videos. King Batch that use questionable language, and
Yeah.
I don't really see YouTube cracking down on them, or they're just not talking about
Yeah. And some people might just think, okay, so if you are getting cracked down upon and you notice that everybody else is talking about it, it's kind of like, I don't need to talk about it too. Why do I want to bring negativity and more drama to my channel
it. Yeah.
if your channel isn't based off of drama? Now,
Yeah.
you did make me think of somebody. He's got about 11,000 subscribers. It's this guy named Artificial, and all he does is rant about the bullshit in the gaming and entertainment community. And I found his content because one of my old YouTube videos got hit with a copyright strike that was BS, and I was trying to figure out how to undo that. Anyway, I watched one of his videos, and he's just talking about the crappiness of YouTube. But I
Yeah.
actually checked his YouTube account the other day, and his banner now says this account has been suspended due to being the shit. And I watched one of his older videos. All his stuff is getting demonetized and canceled because all he does
What?
is complain about, and I say complain, he just exposes all the BS in the community. I know Angry Joe is one of the guys that he's gotten into a big feud with, and a couple
Okay.
other YouTubers, and it's like it just made me think of that when you said moving platforms. He's done with YouTube right now. He's just on Twitch only, and so I don't
Okay.
even think he's doing any more edited content. And
Okay.
now that I say that, that might be somebody good to bring on the podcast at some point and talk about it.
I agree.
What?
I agree. So now, I mean, so this kind of ties to what I said earlier, switching from YouTube to Twitch and vice versa.
Yeah.
Like you said, this guy's gonna come to Twitch,
Mm-hmm.
but this person and a lot of content creators alike are very used to making edited content. They're not
And
used to being
that's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah.
they're not used to being live in front of a camera, not be able to oh, I don't like that part. Let me rewind it. Let me chop screw that and then drop that. Let me add some music to the background. Let me dim this scene. They can't do
Mm-hmm.
that live. And I think I mean the skits, for instance. I mean, you got a lot of skits that you can't do live. I mean, you know how hard it'd be to do a skit and mess up and have this. Oh, all right, hold on, chat. We're gonna rewind it real quick so we can do this part again. You know,
Yeah.
some content can adapt to Twitch or live streaming in general, right?
And that actually sounds like a cool idea though, doing a live skit, but like making it like where you edit it live. That'd be kind of
Yeah,
neat.
yeah,
But
that'd be
we'll come back to that later. No, but I totally get that because editing and live streaming is a completely different animal, and it's hard to, okay, just as an example, H2O Delirious and those guys that make those kinds of videos where, when somebody gets shot in the face, there's a fart noise
hmm
and just that kind of stuff. You can't do that live. And
Yeah, it'd be very hard to.
yeah, and you're not going to get a million people to come watch your live stream versus
Oh
a
yeah,
million plus watch your 10-minute edited video.
and that's what I've noticed. A lot of people are switching over, but people don't understand the Twitch ecosystem is very different than YouTube.
Yeah.
The thing I've been looking at YouTube, and I do want to put some. I'm very excited about putting some content about on YouTube. On YouTube, the thing is, some people don't understand is they're two different beasts. Like you might be on YouTube right now, but man, I get like what 50,000 viewers on one video in a week, easy peasy,
Yeah.
bro. But that's in a week. How many of those videos are gonna cut it down to a day or 5 hours to come watch you?
Yeah.
And you got to remember, it's different time zones, different parts of the world to come watch you. In those 5 hours of your time live on Twitch or YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, it's
You know
like
what I
it's like making a show car for a car show or making a race car to go race all day.
Yeah.
It's two completely different things that,
Yeah.
they both have to do with cars, but they're both completely different and require different amounts of skill and work to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Another question: why do you think people are not just transitioning from edited content on YouTube to just streaming live on YouTube? You know what I mean?
Okay. So this is
can't-
kind of in my wheelhouse then. I have kind of run out of time to do as much edited content, and so I started streaming a little bit. But
Hmm.
the problem with streaming is that you have to have a schedule to stay relevant because
Yep.
people are going to want to see you at certain amounts of time. And this with my
Hmm.
schedule, that didn't really work out very well. And
Hmm.
so and then just that being streaming is different than edited content. So I don't know if you love making your edited content and you can edit out all your ums and your and your mess ups,
Yeah.
but going live, that's crazy intimidating, especially if
Hmm.
you're an introvert. Like I
Yeah.
can't imagine that. I'm very glad I'm an extrovert and being in front of a camera doesn't really intimidate me
Yeah.
that much.
Yeah.
But if you're afraid of people watching you live, good luck. Good
Oh
luck.
yeah.
It
Oh yeah.
sucks. I mean, it is hard.
Oh yeah. At the beginning, it's very it's weirdly weird. It's really something really weird to get used to. Okay. All right. So to kind of touch on, people coming from, like I said, YouTube to Twitch,
Hmm.
it's a whole nother beast. What do you think about people? I've seen it on the whole end of the other spectrum. People coming from Twitch to go to YouTube. Like me myself personally, I want to do more content on YouTube. I have a lot of ideas. Me as a content creator, I really want to advance and evolve as a content creator. I don't want to stick just to live streaming. I want to have
Yeah.
a full arsenal in my resume. As a content creator. What do you think
Uh,
about people switching from Twitch to YouTube?
I feel like when you say switching from one to the other, I don't think that's a good plan. I think that you need to be on multiple platforms and find out which one's going to work for you. Because as soon as you shut down Twitch, your audience that only wanted to watch you on Twitch is gone. And if you're on
Hmm.
YouTube, then you're going to have to grow your new audience. I'm sure some people are going to go over to that, but just saying switching from one to the other, I think that's a terrible idea.
Hmm.
You still gotta work on every platform. You know what I
Oh yeah.
mean?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So you're pretty much saying if you cut cold turkey, you say I'm done with Twitch. I'm out of here. I don't like these emotes. I'm done. You go to
Yeah.
YouTube. You're pretty much starting brand new. A
Mm-hmm.
small fraction of the viewers or the community you have are actually going to come to watch you on YouTube. Even though YouTube is a lot easier to watch anytime you want.
Yeah.
Correct?
Unless you have a reason, like you got banned on Twitch and then you're
Yeah.
gonna go to YouTube. Like I totally understand that. But even on that same subject, I'm done with Twitch. I'm gonna go to YouTube. Now, are
Mhm.
you saying YouTube live streaming? Or are you saying going from live content to edited content? Because again, if you're really good at live streaming, you
Mhm.
may not be really good at making edited content because
Mhm.
that's hard to edit videos.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It definitely you definitely have to something you can learn. Something you can
Yeah.
learn. Well, me personally, I'm talking about going from. It's not going from. It's adding to because
Okay.
I will continue to make live content for a long time, but adding edited content because why not add that to my my wheelhouse? Why not be able to
Yeah.
make live content and edited content? So whenever occasion arrives, like if I want to go on vacation, I could just go vlog it out. I could bring back some great vlogging, or if I want to make a
Yep.
skit with my friend, I could make a skit, and still supply the community
Exactly.
with some great content.
I think that's
Do
I think that's great.
do
Go
you
ahead.
see do you see that as more content creators are going to start to use both or multiple platforms to advance their content creator career? Do you think that's plausible?
Um, I think it just kind of depends. I don't think it's necessarily they're going to branch out onto different platforms. I'm sure some are, and I have seen some do that. But I think it's more of the types of content. Just as an example, Tom, what is his channel? I think it's Syndicate. He did
Yes,
tons
syndicate.
of gaming stuff, and then he created another channel that's nothing but vlogs.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, it's both edited content, and he live streams as well, but it's like, he had this type of content and now he has this other type of content that's vlogging. So I think that the the more people do this stuff and the more people want to do it as a job, they're realizing that they can reach more people by doing different types of content,
Yep.
and they can still keep each group of
Mm-hmm.
fans happy. And then
Yep.
also, changing it to different platforms like Facebook or doing
Yep.
Instagram or all these different things. And you and I have talked about this like whole buttload of becoming a personal brand, and people are
Yeah.
starting to go, holy shit, I have to be relevant
Yeah.
to so many other people and in so many different ways.
Yep.
I got to watch what I do and be careful and also
Mhm.
create a good brand. But I
Yeah.
think that that's very smart. I don't think there's anything negative with that, except for it's going to take a whole hell of a lot more work.
Yeah.
And what
Yeah.
and what should I mean? If you want to do well, you need to work hard anyway.
Yeah. What shouldn't take work? What shouldn't take work?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. All right. So yeah, I think the synopsis is pretty much, you do what you want. I mean, some people do
Yep.
amazingly on Twitch by themselves. We all know who they are. Some people do amazingly on YouTube by themselves.
Yeah.
Some people use both platforms or multiple platforms, including Mixer, Hitbox, or Vimeo or
Yeah.
any other one out there, and they still do great.
And it's that roll of the dice too. I mean,
Mhm.
you have people like, even when we talked about last podcast with Dirty Randy talking about how he got, his channel growing. It was like he got the roll of the dice and ended up on Tyler One's live
Yep.
stream. It's like,
Mhm.
woo, hit the lottery, dude. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
that's all of our dream is to, accidentally kill Lyric in a game and have him laugh at something that we did, and you're like, hell yeah. Like, I don't know if you've seen any of the PUBG stuff with Banana Man. Like, that's
Yeah.
all over YouTube right now. That kid Banana Man is, I'm sure, going to start live streaming and doing YouTube videos, and his crap's going to blow up, and
Well,
hopefully it
what did
takes
he
off.
do?
Well, it's he dressed up in all yellow with some of the new clothing from the Gamescom
Mhm.
stuff, and just he has a really high, funny voice,
Mhm.
and was just going around trolling Shroud, and has been trolling other people. I would assume he's stream sniping in order to
Wait,
do
like
this,
he's fighting them in games like pub.
finding them in game and just like talking funny and helping them out. And I think Shroud actually ended up like playing duos with him, and just like, yeah, just like I said, hitting the lottery with having a funny meme, and then everybody's
Yeah.
gonna enjoy that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That makes sense.
I don't suggest stream sniping to get famous.
Yeah. We're not
does-
talking about you got to go stream snipe somebody to get. People are like,
Does
well,
work apparently.
make content, work hard, stream snipe. Yeah.
Exactly.
So okay. All right. I kind of want to pull back a little bit and just talk about both platforms. We have a lot to cover. I will continue on after this, but to kind of drill in there, the nature of the beast. It's the pros and the cons of each platform. As far as I've seen, you might have a different view on it.
Mhm.
Is that YouTube? I mean, you could pump out. I've seen people pump out videos once a week, right? Once a week, and still stay relevant. Even twice a week, and stay relevant. That means you have 6-7 days. I mean, if you want to cut it down to the last hour of the day to make and edit that content, which is actually, I wouldn't say not that hard, but it's a lot easier on your lifestyle and your family and just your well-being, your health, correct?
Yeah, and you have people like Frankie and 1080p who put out a video every couple months.
Oh yeah, and it just goes. It just. I mean, the dude.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
he's
nuts.
He's great at content. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have Twitch, where the nature of the beast is you're not relevant unless you're live every day of every hour. You know, and when you're not live, how many people are actually going to click your VODs to go watch you? Like, oh man, I heard about that KingofSoup guy. I want to go check him out. I'm going to click on that dude's VODs.
I want to watch him sit in the lobby for 30 minutes.
Yeah, no one's really going to do that. They're going to want to go to your channel and they see that you're not live. They're going to be like, I'll catch this guy next time,
Yeah.
So I think there's two demographic of viewers out there. The ones that love edited content, love YouTube, because I watch YouTube a lot. I used to watch Twitch every day at work when it's slow, but I've been watching a lot of YouTube.
Yeah, when it's slow. Yeah.
When I'm in the bathroom hiding, you know what I mean? But,
every 10 minutes.
Every 10 minutes. No, but it's just I see YouTube, and I'm not trying to put one platform with the other. I'm just stating the pros and the cons. And the ease of accessibility for each platform is YouTube is easier to watch anytime you want, because I could rewind, play again, and watch that in high speed, slow it down,
Yeah.
And then Twitch is like, to catch you, I gotta catch you at your time you're on,
Yeah. And that's why you see those guys. I mean, like, this is an example. Grimm's one of the bigger PUBG streamers that's gotten really popular lately. Like, streams for 12, 13, 14 hours. And I know all the big guys have been doing that for a long time. And it's like, man, there's no way I could do that unless I did this full time. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I have enough trouble streaming for 2 or 3 hours in the evening. I'm like, I got to get up at 6 a.m. to go plunge toilets. I mean, there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to, sustain this.
Yeah. So do you feel like what it comes down to is how it fits your lifestyle?
I really think so. And I know and have seen, just as an example, a YouTuber named Kugo. He has done a lot of CSGO content on YouTube, and it's all edited stuff. And recently he started streaming on Twitch, and it was kind of like he got his following on YouTube, and he's like, hey guys, in 3 weeks, I'm going to be streaming on Twitch. So just so you'll be ready, it's this time, and like built up this, big, huge, exciting thing. And then when he streamed, he immediately got popular enough, and then, got partnered with Twitch because he proved he could have that kind of following. So, that's another way to move from one platform to the other. But I think if you're grinding, you got to stick with one platform to start with to get that following and then kind of build it on. But there's so many ways to do it. It's rough to be like, this is how you should do it,
Yeah, to make that, it's pretty much you got to make that foundation, that brick and mortar foundation before you move on to some bigger pastures.
Yeah, I think that if you have a super busy lifestyle, like I work a 40 plus hour job every week and I have side jobs and I do other things on the side, I've only got a couple hours every day and it's
Mm-hmm.
really, maybe 10 hours to 14 hours a week
Mm-hmm.
to be able to do this kind of content. And it's
Mm-hmm.
hard to do a live stream versus an editing
Mm-hmm.
of a video because I can sit down a couple hours a night, play some games, and then get some content, and then that Saturday edit it for that Monday video. That seems easier for me, but some other people just don't want to take the time to even edit that stuff. They're like, if I can be relevant for 2 hours Monday,
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday, Friday, and stream on Twitch or YouTube or whatever, that's the way they pick to stay relevant.
Okay. Yeah, so it pretty much comes down to, and this kind of goes out to a lot of people that are new or are currently looking to transition or just
Hmm.
trying to figure out where they are as a content creator on Twitch, YouTube, or any hitbox or mix or any live stream or edited platform out there for video or audio. Is I mean, you got to adapt to your lifestyle because if you don't, you're gonna burn out. And I mean, I've noticed this about myself is like I used to put like even on the weekends I used to put like 12 hours in Saturday and Sunday. I used to put 20 hours in every weekend,
Hmm.
and for a long time, I was like, I could do this. But you also got to realize it also has a play in your health. You can burn out.
Oh yeah.
The game you play could just get wiped off the face of the earth, or you could just get burnt out from that game too.
Oh yeah.
And then you're just sitting like, and I'm not gonna lie, right now where I'm at that place where I'm just like, what game am I gonna stream? I mean, I
Yeah.
got RP over here, which I have a blast at. I do good at it. But at the same time, like, I would love as a gamer, as a content creator, to be able to play any game I want. And I no matter what any content creator says, that's their goal to play any game and do anything they want, and still have an audience and community for it.
Because you want to live your life, which AKA play video games, because that's all of us that play video games. That's what we love to do. I have a feeling there's very few people that are streaming on Twitch that's like, I just heard there's money in this, so I'm not going to
Mm-hmm.
enjoy video games. So if
Yeah.
if you just want to be able to do whatever you want and still have an audience, and that's so freaking hard
Oh yeah,
to
it
do.
is.
Oh
It
my
is.
gosh.
It is.
Because I ran through that, which I know you guys have heard me talk about this multiple times, but Arc, that's pretty much how I grew my YouTube channel
Mm-hmm.
to start with, and I haven't played it in like a year. And honestly, I installed it today again and played on the Twitch server
The
for
Twitch content
about
creator server.
yeah, for about 45 minutes, and I went to my wife. I was like, oh my gosh, Arc is fun again. This
Yeah.
might be a thing. Like it was kind of
Yeah.
cool. Like I was like, we need to step up and play this and see if it's
Oh
legitimate.
yeah. Oh yeah.
So
We're
that's
gonna
fun.
touch it. We're gonna touch on that for sure. We're
Okay.
gonna talk a lot about that. But I think another thing that kind of goes in the hand with that. Oh, I just had a brain fart. It was a good question. Oh, sorry. So
Yeah.
right now, we all know that Amazon took over Twitch, correct?
I did
Amazon.
not know that.
You didn't know Amazon purchased
did not.
Twitch? For real?
I've been under a rock for yeah.
What?
I didn't know they bought. I didn't know they bought
Yeah,
Twitch.
Amazon bought Twitch.
I'm one of the
So-
best podcast hosts of all time. Apparently, I know
I
all
know.
about the information.
Yes, and it takes a sip. So
I knew they bought Whole Foods. I know they bought Whole Foods
Yeah, I mean Amazon's killing, right?
because
So
it's food. I like food.
I like So it's pretty much Google versus Amazon right now, right?
Yeah.
Google has YouTube, Amazon has Twitch, right?
Goodness gracious.
One thing which would be a great idea, and I've heard a lot of people talking about and whispering this through the shadows, that they're hoping because do you know about the upload function on Twitch right now? You could actually upload videos to your channel.
I heard whispers about that because that was going to be like that was like the big scare is like, uh-oh, Twitch is going to be the new platform, but there hasn't been a whole lot of coverage on that.
Yeah, it hasn't a lot of platform. So one thing I think a lot of people are hoping, and I think it would be a really cool function for Twitch to actually add monetization to uploaded videos. And how it would be done is how YouTube does it. Your average, what do they do now? They switch it from views to your average watch time, right?
It's all of that. It's all that stuff, and people that click the ads. Like it's a whole algorithm of how you get whatever. There's when you look up how much money per views. It's all like an average based on all that stuff because you have a certain average of okay, you have 10,000 views. There's an average of that many people that are going to click the ad.
And apparently somebody like I don't know if don't quote me for this, but people figured out the algorithm. People figure out the algorithm. I know how the English. for YouTube, and they started abusing it. Like I've seen so many videos on YouTube is how to figure out the algorithm,
Well, the
how to
thumbs
mess
up
with it,
thing.
how to hack it. You know?
Did
Yeah,
you see
right.
the thumbs up thing? I can't. What is
Wait,
that
what?
dude's
There's
name?
a thumbs up thing?
Okay, so on YouTube there was, hey, give my video a like or a thumbs up. Man, I cannot remember this dude's name. He rapped. His name was like so and so raps,
Yeah.
and every beginning of his video was like, "All right, dude, well, I want to see if we can hit 1,000,000 likes on this video." Blah blah blah. It was
Oh
this
yeah,
huge thing,
yeah,
and like
yeah.
all of his videos were getting insane traction because for whatever reason at that time,
It
the
was a
YouTube algorithm was based
it,
on
the
thumbs up.
thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs up or thumbs down.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
And
that's now it's not based
yeah.
on that anymore. So people are trying to figure that out. But that's going to be a constant thing.
Oh
There's
yeah.
never going to be a way to get away from that because you want
Hmm.
to figure out the way to make your content.
Yeah, you're a business and you want
Yeah,
to make money. You don't. And
exactly.
I've been watching a few people on. I mean, there's some amazing people out there. Let me see their names. You got influencers. What is that? Content influencers. It's a really
Hmm.
popular channel. Um, Ifluencers. What?
I actually don't know what that is. I'm very I guess I'm in the dark about everything these days.
Yeah, but there's some really good YouTube channels that kind of just tell you how to build your channel, what to do.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and
Like
there's this
like video creators and like
video creators.
those
That's
kind
what it
of
is.
yeah.
Video
Okay.
creators, them, and
Yeah.
then there's
Yes.
this
Yes.
other guy. All he does, his channel is just based off how to figure YouTube out. There it is.
Yeah.
Yep. You got video influencers. That's that one. I watch
Mhm.
them a lot. You also got this other gentleman. That's all he does, and he actually has conferences and podcasts about how to figure YouTube out and what their current algorithm is and things that
Mhm.
work, like the YouTube cards, the YouTube
Yeah.
end screens. So he's another one to watch, and they're constantly trying to figure out. Well, I figure what is his name? He's very focused on how to figure YouTube out and what gets the most success traction on YouTube. You know, do you think with those channels out there that are constantly trying to figure out how YouTube works and how to make the most money, do you think that's the reason YouTube is constantly switching up their game? Because people
I
are,
don't think it's because of those videos. I think it's because there's just people figuring out the algorithm and then they're abusing it instead of having to change it. But I also think that some of those channels are kind of like that book that came out years and years ago, or an audio book that was like how to make $1,000,000, and you listen to the audiobook and it's like, listen to this book while you sleep, and it's just somebody chanting like, oh, you will be a millionaire, you will make lots of money, and that audiobook sold millions of copies, and it's like, duh. I mean, it's just crazy.
yeah.
So like, I'm not trying to get down on those guys because I watch Tim Schmoyer from Content Creators. He puts out awesome stuff and this has helped a whole lot. But if you watch it, the post roll on a lot of his videos, it's like, hey, also check out my book that I wrote that I actually give the last 2 steps of this sweet thing that you need to figure out to make money on YouTube. So like, it's all a business,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm cool with it. I totally am. But I think
Oh
that
yeah.
I don't think that that's why YouTube is trying to crack down on their algorithm and stuff. It's all just trying to just mix up the game and like
Yeah, yeah.
don't let 3 people make all the money and
Oh
not
yeah.
have all the good content.
Yeah. The guys I was thinking about, his name is Robert Blake, and then the other guy who's been in the game for a while, his name is Daryl Eves. That
Okay.
guy's always talking about, he's actually the first person that I saw about this whole YouTube debacle about demonetization of videos and why they're doing it, the whole algorithm thing. I've been watching his videos. Really cool guy. He helps a lot. So kind of going back to, do you think Twitch right now and YouTube are in this pretty much power struggle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And do you think YouTube will transition, like I said, to monetizing VODs or uploads and kind of being this hybrid of live stream versus edited content and allowing content creators because right now there's so many content creators every day, every hour on Twitter and social media say, I'm done with YouTube, I'm out of here, peace.
Yeah.
I'm going to Twitch.
I don't think there's any reason for Twitch not to do that, but I have a feeling that they're going to take their time and figure out the best way to do that, to do kind of like what Instagram did with Snapchat. Is just, it was like Snapchat came out with all these crazy things and they were like, oh no, and then 2 weeks later Instagram was like, oh, we'll do that too, because you can't copyright that kind of stuff. It was like, and I know that Snapchat was like, oh shit, we didn't even think about you guys copying us.
Why didn't we think about
But it's
stories?
like Coke and Pepsi. People still like one or the other, but I don't think there's anything wrong with Twitch being like, hell yeah, let's get some of this money too. And then, if Twitch just wants to stick with having more of a mature audience, then people are going to watch that stuff. But
Let's
like
get
what
that
you and I
money.
have talked about, I have had people's parents legitimately come into my live streams and go, hey, thank you so much for creating more kid friendly or not swearing as much. Now, if you watch any of my old content, I got tons of that stuff and I've tried to cut it out. But it's like, if YouTube wants to be that platform where it's a little bit classier, for lack of a better word, then that's fine. And then that other content's going to move over somewhere else. But I don't think they're going to lose this incredible amount of revenue. That's going to make them mad enough or sad enough. And if it does, they'll just go, oops, and then
my bad.
Change the rules again.
Change the rules,
and then whatever.
Because they can do that, and then people would go right back to YouTube.
Yeah,
But like you said,
enough money anyway. They're fine. They're just fine.
Like you touched on, it's kind of like like you said, people, mothers, fathers, mistresses, dinosaurs, dolphins come into your chat and say, "Man, thank you so much for changing my kids, or changing my life through your positive content." Right? Do you kind of feel that right there? I guess what it comes down to is you got to kind of look at what kind of content creator you are, what platform benefits you.
And I evolved as a content creator, which is the only reason that I brought that up, is because in the beginning, and most of my content is just trolling. No, I shouldn't say most of it, but there's a lot of trolling stuff, and within that there's a lot of negativity and making people mad and stuff. So it's kind of hard. I'm kind of on the edge of that anyway, and I don't know. It was just kind of like there was a point I was like, man, there's just a lot of swearing and stuff like that on my channel, and I feel like I could possibly be pushing people away.
Yeah.
Because like you said earlier today, is that if you swear, there's a chance you could have people not come to your channel. But if you don't swear, nobody's going to be like, this kid doesn't say the F word. I'm not going to watch this.
Why does he not drop the F bomb more?
Yeah, I need it. I need that in my comedy.
Just say the F word, bro. Just give it to me. Say the B word right now, man. Just give it. No one's going to be like that. I mean, you might have some people like, that want that. They have this weird curse word fetish out there that just want you to drop that bomb over again, And
hopefully that's just like 3 people.
Yeah, just but no one's gonna be like, bro, you need to drop this F bomb, man. Like Red Bull's not gonna come to the channel like, bro, if you just drop the F bomb one more time, man, I'll give you thousands of dollars in ad revenue. But they will come to the channel like, this guy has some wholesome content. He doesn't curse a lot, which is kind of hard to find actually on YouTube sometimes. We're gonna favor this guy. We're gonna shine our glorious ad revenue light on this guy's soul,
And there's big content creators that play like FaZe, I want to say, the whole not Counter-Strike. Wow, okay, that was a brain fart. Call of Duty. I think that's where FaZe came from. A lot of those guys, swear in their videos or whatever. There's one particular guy, again, can't think of his name, but like he's known for like having more wholesome content and not swearing a whole lot. And it's kind of cool that he's like still up there with all the big guys, big YouTubers and stuff. But I have heard a lot of people go, man, I wish Twitch would just stick to YouTube or stick to live streaming, and I wish YouTube would just stick to doing videos and stuff. But I think that's kind of messed up. It's kind of like going, I think Chick-fil-A should only make chicken biscuits, and I think don't
you dare add that Angus beef, bro.
Yeah, I mean it's like,
but at the same time is when you try to venture out of your I guess your golden zone. Like, I mean, Twitch is live. You say Twitch, people are like, oh, live stream. YouTube, oh, edited content. You don't say YouTube and say, oh man, live streaming, that because that's the ish. Sometimes as a brand, when you in a company, when you do step out of your boundary to venture down different paths, you can kind of dilute your brand and might be worse off than better off, right? Correct? Because I've seen that happen to different companies where they might be like, they might have the best intention, like, man, I'm about to add live streaming and edited content because we're gonna take over the world, and it might not work, right?
Yeah. Well, I agree with that, yes and no, but it's like, why, as a company, why would you not take that chance? Like, here's an example: Yamaha, they make sweet motorcycles, but also I used to play bass guitar, and I loved the sound of my Yamaha bass guitar. The
same company that makes guitars makes motorcycles.
Yeah, I mean, and then like Mitsubishi, they make cars, but they also make really shitty TVs. That's a bad example, but like there's those kinds of companies branch out, and I don't think that's any different than YouTube going to live streaming and Twitch going to uploaded content.
Yeah,
because you're like, why not dabble in that and do an experiment to see, which I think is the reason that Twitch hasn't rolled out this whole thing. Like, guess what, content creators, we're just like YouTube. Like there's somebody there going,
2.0. Yeah.
Because it's money. Why would you not want more money? You're not. You're scared of diluting your brand. I
Yeah,
totally get that, but
yeah.
there's got to be a certain point where they're like, man, there's a whole market that we can't tap in, or we haven't tapped into right this
But
second.
but so, and YouTube's doing that right now. Do you feel like, I mean, me and you could talk about YouTube versus Twitch all day.
Hmm.
You know, well, obviously we'll move on. But
No, you're good.
do you feel that, like I said, diluting? I mean, say I want to jump on YouTube. I'm like, man, I need my Twitch fix,
Hmm.
bro. I need my Twitch fix right now, man. I need that King of Soup right now. You know, and I jump on and I'm like, and you got how, I'm no dev, I'm no scripter, but you know how much scripting they'd have to make it just right on the, because when you hop on Twitch, the first thing you see is the homepage, right? Who's live, who's in the
Hmm.
spotlight, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine how much content and windows and just different subcategories they're gonna have to add to that homepage to accommodate live streaming and,
Like the
I
uploading
guess,
stuff you're saying
VODs? You know what I mean?
to do
Upload
both.
stuff. Yeah.
I mean, it's just going to be more servers, and you're just going to
Yeah.
have to hire a whole new department. You're just going to
Yeah.
double your people, and you just
Mhm.
start out slow.
Mhm.
Again, I don't specifically know the logistics of stuff, but it's
Mhm.
just more people and more money, and that's
Yeah.
all it is. And
Mhm.
you're just going to have to. I mean, you're literally can copy a platform by looking at YouTube
Yeah.
and go, what's working here? What's not working here? Well, YouTube's got YouTube Gaming.
Mhm.
I hate that platform. You go on there and it's like you said, tons and tons of all these different things streaming, and it's like Minecraft and then Roblox and then CS:GO. It's all like together, and like it's hard to
It's really
navigate. And
hard to,
maybe it's
yeah.
just because it's new. Maybe it's just because it's new and it's
Mhm.
not user friendly to me. But
Yeah.
even for me, YouTube versus Twitch, I feel like YouTube is way more user friendly for their homepage versus
Mhm.
Twitch, because
Oh yeah.
I just go and I'm like, I just want to watch one person, but
Yeah,
now there's
yeah.
there's
Yeah,
like a social media aspect of
yeah.
Twitch now, and I get confused.
Like I'm never gonna go, like I'm not trying to be rude or anything, or
Yeah.
just like, I don't use the I guess their homepage to the fullest, but me as a viewer, I go click the homepage, and then I right away click following or
Hmm.
browse.
Oh
I
yeah.
click browse, like on my days where I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I'm feeling fancy. I want to live life on the edge. Let me see what I can find. You know.
Yeah.
But I rarely ever go to the homepage like, who's in the spotlight today. You know, I'm just like following. I want to see who's live. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And being,
and I heard that's such a huge thing with being in the spotlight, but I can tell you 0 times I have clicked on the person that's on the YouTube
never clicked on the spotlight.
unless it's a CS:GO tournament and I just happen to be playing a lot of CS:GO. That's the only time I've ever clicked on that. But
So,
it's
but
never been like some
yeah,
dude playing whatever.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay, all right, that makes
But
sense. All right.
I have heard that once you get on that, there's a huge chance that you can blow up if you have fun content. So,
Oh yeah, because I mean, some people do click on the spotlight. You know, I'm
yeah.
not gonna, there are some people like that. Okay, all right. So, yep. Following is the way to go. Okay, so we'll move on from that. Me could talk about this for ages. We'll
Yeah.
move on from that. So I want to talk about Twitch is killing it right now. They're killing it right now. They're constantly adding new features. I mean, they had the affiliate program. They got the
Mhm.
new dashboard upgrade, which some people don't like. They got the desktop app, which some people don't like. They got voice. I think they might have audio some way down the road, right? In the future, audio calls, something like that.
Like audio chat, probably
Yeah,
I would
audio
imagine
chat.
they're gonna move towards that if they're trying, because it looks like just on the left side of the main panel on dashboard for
Mm,
PC, they have all the social media stuff, so you can see who your friends are watching and you can chat with them. The
yeah.
next step is just going to be voice to that. I mean,
Oh yeah. Yeah,
create
yeah.
Twitch Discord. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, it's sooner or later, Twitch is gonna make Twitch Life. It's just gonna be Twitch Life. Like, you want to eat? Hit up Twitch.
There's going to be a point
Yeah.
where you're going to be like, I can only pick 10 platforms to be on. This is ridiculous because everything's integrated with itself.
Yeah, everything's gonna be integrated. Yeah, I mean, Twitch is kind of trying to start a little fist fight with Steam too, because
Yeah.
they're trying to do that whole gaming thing right now. But that's
Which
on that subject. Yeah.
I was going to say, what's your opinion on the affiliate versus partnering
Um.
going on? Like, I always
Yeah.
thought that was interesting that they brought out the affiliate thing,
Yeah.
because obviously it's so hard to get partnered, but I feel like they kind of watered down how special it is to be partnered.
Well, there's two aspects. The whole little, like you said, the whole the high of, man, I just got partnered, because I mean, people out there grind for years.
Hmm.
I mean, some people grind for like months and they get partnered. Some people grind for years and they still get partnered. It's the high of once you're partnered, like, guys, I'm partnered, and everybody's having a party. People are
Yeah.
twerking. You know what I mean? People are doing what they want to do, and
Mhm.
it's literally amazing. The feeling of being partnered. I haven't been partnered yet, but I've seen other people being partnered. I've seen it on Twitter, and it is amazing, because you're like, I'm one step closer to accomplishing my dreams, or This is an
Yeah.
amazing milestone. And then when affiliate kind of came out, you got the whole left part of the spectrum where people are like, oh, this sucks because I mean, I even saw a lot of big streamers like, and it kind of hurt my feelings. Not really my feelings, but it kind of gave me a bad taste in my mouth. A lot of big content creators saying, well, I had to, back in my day, I had to grind for about 5 years and I had to get about 5,000 current viewers so I could, become a partner. And then you got people like, that are smart and say, thank you so much, Twitch, for giving us a step up and believing in us. Because, I mean, that's what it was. Twitch says, you guys, I mean, because there's people out there that haven't been partnered for years that are getting even 100 plus viewers, 200 plus viewers, and they're not partnered for some odd reason.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why. But it's really cool for Twitch to say, hey, man, I'm going to give you a helping hand, and I'm going to let you monetize your content. I'm gonna
I think that's the thing that was cool, is like you said, being able to monetize your content. But I see people that have 5 concurrent viewers getting affiliate thing, and it's like, I mean, you could just get 5 of your Facebook buddies to watch your stuff. Like, it's just like, it really is not that special. And it kind of, I really feel like it takes away, and no offense to anybody that's excited or that's an affiliate or whatever. I just feel like for me, like I saw it and I was like, oh, hell yeah, I'm going to apply for this. And then I kind of read into it and it was like, I just don't know. It's just not that cool. And then also that whole thing of being kind of put into a box of, okay, now I'm a slave to Twitch. Kind of bothered me a little bit.
Well, there's a lot of aspects of it. Like, I feel like, like you said, it kind of loses that shimmer, that shine. Like, I'm a partner and I'm a partner. And now you're just like, well, I'm an affiliate and you're a partner. You're not that far away from me. But what some people don't understand is partnership does have a few things that affiliates don't. Like, I think your mods stay up for 60 days instead of 30 days. You have multiple emotes. They actually just added that now if you're in good standings with Twitch, your emote can get instantly verified and put through.
That's
so
cool.
If I'm in good standing and I'm a partner, I'm like, bro, I want like a twerk emote. I don't know if it get put through, but people, I mean, I've seen this happen a long time. People are like, bro, where's my emote? We got new emotes coming. And then a month later, it finally gets approved. So partners do have a few things and sources. I know some affiliates do have it, but for the most part, if you're a partner, I come to your channel and I can view it at 720 or 1080 or 480. So they do have that. The only thing affiliates have as of right now that I know of is your bits, your sub button, which you do have 3 tiers, $4.99, what is it, $9.99 and $24.99?
$24.99,
out there. I think it's really cool. I think it's really cool that Twitch gave it to them. There is 2 parts to that. Twitch gave it to us because they want to give us a helping hand, and they see how hard we work, because there are people that aren't part of this put hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours every year, blood, sweat, and tears, and it would be kind of messed up for them, Twitch, not to kind of let them monetize their content.
Agreed.
At the other end of the spectrum, you got to think about business-wise. Twitch is a business. They're thinking, because right now they're in a battle with YouTube. They're thinking, man, people are just, I've seen this happen to so many streamers that I've been friends with, and they just dropped off the face of the Twitch earth, because they're like, man, I've been at it for years,
and nothing's happening,
and nothing's happening, man. I can't become partnership. I can't monetize my content. I'm done. I'm going to YouTube. I'm just done making content. And Twitch notices they're losing potential money, because it's like, if I was a company, why not add a few people to the roster that have bits and subs, or a few hundred out there? And like you said, even if you have 5 viewers, that 1 viewer could sub. Twitch gets half that, 250.
Exactly.
That's 250 Twitch didn't have when they didn't give them a sub.
If you have 1,000 people do that, that starts to add up.
And Twitch is a business, so you got to think about Twitch as a business. They're like, I would like to give all these people who have been grinding thumbs up, but also because I'm a business, I would like more money, because why not? And they do have legal speaking, they have a binding contract, which a whole live, you can't do live content on both platforms at the same time, which is kind of, some people don't like it. I personally, I don't like it, but that's
it makes me a little salty when I read that. It was like, and speaking of the quality of the streams and stuff, I'm pretty sure you can stream at 4K on YouTube regardless of whether you have 1 sub or 1 million subs. And like, I really like that part about it. I'm assuming it's a Twitch server thing of why they haven't done that. But like, come on, guys, just give us the chance to stream at whatever bitrate we want to stream at. I understand bitrate has to do with other people being able to watch your content and then
Yeah.
not buff. But like, come on, like give
Yeah.
us some more options as content
Yeah,
creators.
and partners do have the. I guess your bitrate does go up if you're partnered. You can
Yep.
use more of a bitrate. I know, like a lot of people say, 2,500 is the sweet spot for unpartnered streamers. Even for some partner streamers, depending on your upload and download speed. So I mean, partners kind of still do have the upper hand. It does
Yeah, I think I
lose
stream at 5,000 for
5,000.
YouTube. I
Oh,
think.
okay. Oh, I thought you almost said Twitch. I was like, good
No,
Lord,
no, no,
Jesus,
no.
man.
It's like 30.
Yeah. 5. I'm just at 5. It's just like a slideshow, you know. But yeah, okay, let's so to kind of get back on subject, we're talking about Twitch's new feature. They just released a new feature called extensions for live streaming. I mean, it's actually pretty cool. Let me show you this right now. So they just released this, and I'm gonna show the video. You can watch it, you know, obviously off my live stream, or click the link. I supplied you the link. You got it, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna play the video. Yes.
This just in. Trading never corrects.
And there it is on the item tracker. Look at that.
This music is very catchy.
I know. I'm just like, okay. It definitely keeps you hooked. But I think that is actually like really, really cool. I mean, we'll kind of just go through the video. We'll touch on a few things. So this, I mean, I'm gonna say it again. I'm sounding broken. Twitch is killing it with extensions. They're killing it with new stuff, features. I mean, it feels like they're coming out with a new feature like every other week, you know. And this kind of does make you want to become a partner, because I mean, not gonna lie, when it comes down to features integrated with stream, Twitch has it way over YouTube. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You can't really watch a YouTube video and be like, you know what, I'm gonna cheer for this guy, or I'm gonna, you know, the dude's not live, you know. So I mean, Twitch is definitely killing it. Yes. I'll lower this. So right here, they're showing things that I've seen on other platforms like SOS, which is a platform which I use for my stream. It kind of lets you cheer the streamer on, and kind of like gives another level of interactiveness. And that's what they're really adding to Twitch. They're adding a way for the viewers, your squad, your community, to interact with you. Like, hey man, I'm playing games. Instead of just talking, it's because some people don't want to talk in chat. But man, I'm gonna spam that cheer button to let you know that you did something real cool, or you failed, and I want you to cry live on stream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Twitch knows that the basis, the glue that holds their platform together is the interaction between viewers and content creators. I mean, it is what it is. That's why I'm here. That's why you're here.
Yeah.
And they're adding a whole new level to that, which I think is honestly amazing. I mean,
well, I mean, just based off of the emotes, I mean, like that's the whole reason to sub to somebody is you're like, and then you can like build those into a sentence and like go and like make funny things in other people's streams, and like I don't know, like that's a fun thing. But also, you know, at the very beginning when they were doing the gambling and that kind of stuff, even though I feel like at a certain point this started to take away from the streams, that kind of stuff built more of a community fun thing. And then you could be like, oh snap, look, so and so lost all his money, ha ha ha, you know, just whatever. Any kind of stuff that they add like that really adds to somebody sticking around and having fun and doing that kind of stuff. And then even with some of the extensions that I saw, like there was something about like you could scroll through their computer stuff and like buy the same stuff they had. Like, holy crap, that's Amazon. Straight up Amazon affiliate program. Like that's obviously because now that I know that Amazon owns Twitch, it makes sense. But
it makes sense. But dude, they're actually like right now. I mean, I've seen it on my stream. I think I've seen it on others. You can actually say you're playing like Dora the Explorer 2. You know, for instance, or My Ponyville. I can actually go to your stream and buy the game you're playing and get a piece of the pie. You know what I mean? I mean, you get a piece of pie because I'm supporting
Yeah.
you. Yeah, that's
Dude,
really
that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's Amazon. I mean, just think of Amazon.
That
I mean,
is
and
so
then
cool.
so some of the things I saw during the video.
I'm switching to Twitch.
Peace, YouTube.
That's
No, but
now, is this only for partners though? Is this kind of stuff gonna be only for partners?
this stuff is for affiliates too.
Okay.
Affiliates do have this option. Yeah, yeah.
I take back everything I said about being an affiliate.
And being an affiliate is really, really cool. I mean, being a partner is really cool. So I mean, one of the things I want to touch on is, I mean, even in Destiny, we all know Destiny 2 is right around the corner. I mean, I cannot wait to play this game. Guys, we are now a Destiny stream. Sorry, no more RP. I'm joking. But I mean, Destiny, I mean, they got a Destiny armor overlay by Grab Games. You can dive into Destiny gear, view Destiny details on perks, get class info, and more, all seamlessly incorporated into the stream. So say someone's like, hey man, bro, what gear you rocking? What gun you rocking? Are you rocking the Sunburst? You rocking the Death Adder bomb nuke? I don't know if that's a real gun, but you know what I mean? Instead of me going, hey man, I'm gonna pause the game and I'm gonna show you what I'm rocking with, which a lot of people do ask your specs, I can actually, as a viewer, go to your overlay, click on the overlay, and go, oh, this dude's okay.
So cool.
This dude is rocking the sniper, he's rocking the OG alpha pistol, without having to ask you to stop your game, which is honestly amazing. Honestly, amazing. Like, holy, like, that's amazing. Like,
just that integration is unbelievable.
Yeah, and I mean, more companies are starting to get on the bandwagon, because why would I not want my game that just came out to be integrated with Twitch? Meaning more people are going to want to play it because they can see the inventory. And I think it's going to add, can you imagine if you could do this with tournaments? Like, if I'm watching you play in a tournament, I can
see who's doing what and what skins are on their guns and all that. Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Yeah, I could easily see this added to LOL and Dota. I mean, those are some of the top games on Twitch right now. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds.
You can be your own broadcaster.
You can be your own broadcaster. Like, I could legit just broadcast some games, Smash Bros or Pug, and I'd be like, all right, guys, who's using the pew pew gun? He's using the blah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just for instance. But I mean, and then how you said about Amazon. Amazon's a business. We're gonna go right back to that. Boomerang right back to that. It says gear on Amazon. So as far as my understanding is, I'm gonna read this off real quick. It says this panel highlights partner and affiliates' favorite products on Amazon, making it easy for viewers to find and purchase them. It also helps fans support their favorite creators, since members of the Amazon Associates Program earn commission. Now I'm gonna go back into the video. Wrong video. What? Jesus save me.
Make them happen. Make them happen. I want to see it.
Maybe they'll do the wish list as well. Link in the description.
L.
What did I just click?
Oh my God, it's happening.
Okay, here we go.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, that's just.
Oh, I see you. I see you watching Minecraft.
No, bro. No, bro. It's not like that. But let me actually go to where somebody actually did that, so you guys get a visual. Play games. It was like right here. There it is. Boom. Oh, no, I missed it. There we go. Boom. I'm gonna blow this up. So right here is what I'm talking about. Say like for instance, I'm like, man, I want to. King has an amazing stream, great quality, great audio. I want to know what this dude's rocking. Instead of me having to have a command in chat, or me having to pause, pretty much just put the stream on hold, ask you, and you pretty much go, all right, I have this, which could interrupt a multitude of things going on in your game and make it annoying. I could just click on your stream, and then I have your whole PC specs. And this actually cleans up your some streamers and content creators their panels, because you know a lot of people like myself in particular, and I think you do too, have your specs down in your information panels. I could literally go there and say, he's rocking the BenQ, the NZXT, the Intel Core i7. I'm gonna buy it. Boom.
And it's like the specs get longer and longer every time somebody gets a new question. They're like, well, how many gigahertz is it? I'm like, oh, not gonna add that to my stupid specs.
So what happens if I mix this with that? Could I do this with that? Yeah. So I mean, Amazon, I mean, they're killing it. I mean, this is amazing. You know,
it's gonna be really cool.
It's gonna be really, really cool. I mean, they got that along with what else do they have? Live emote reactions, loyalty music polls, games by Streamlabs. They're actually, I mean, they're integrating a lot of, like, Streamlabs has been around for a long time. I mean, I use them for my alerts. They're gonna be integrating them into you know, streams. League of Legends. Boom, right there. I think you saw throughout the video there where you can actually go over somebody's items, and it shows you the stats of it without having to like ask them.
I'm excited about the Overwatch one.
Yeah. League of Legends builds, Game Wisp beginning. Like I said, Pug Live Tracker by Tracker Network shows live updates on PlayerUnknown Battleground stats, both overlay and panel options. you know. So and Rocket League, and then Pretzel Tech. I don't know what that is, but I think that's really really cool that they're adding some things to that.
Yeah.
You know, that's
That's
really,
going to be
really cool.
very, very, very cool. Just to add a little bit more integration into the community. That's just going to be super awesome for their platform.
Yeah, I think. I mean, what's next? You know, am I gonna be able to buy a car off Twitch? Like, hey, King, what kind of car you drive? I have a drive Subaru.
I think the next thing is going to be Twitch contacts, where I can just watch Twitch in my left eye and work. I think that's going to be that's the next step.
Yeah, just actually, it's gonna be like, give me your old eyeballs, and I'll give you the Twitch eyeballs. You just watch Twitch 24/7, G, and you blink your eyes to subscribe and stuff like that.
It's like Ghost in the Shell, where the dude gets his eyes changed out.
Yeah. That is
Twitch eyeballs.
Twitch eyeballs, yeah. So I mean, Twitch is definitely I mean, they're front runners in innovation when it comes to live streaming, hands down. I don't think anybody can touch them.
That's amazing. That's gonna be very
really really cool. Really cool. So they're adding those features. I guess a question I have for you is, do you see these features? They're adding something every other week, like I said. Do you see these features being too much? Because I mean, there's some people out there like, you know, simpler the better. I just want to watch a stream. I don't care about the dude's stats. I don't care about what he's rocking. Do you think this is good, or think this is bad, or think it's just like, why not?
I think that you have different types of content creators. For instance, somebody that plays a game. Okay, let's just say Lyric. Okay, his setup is very simple. There's no cam. There's like his pop-ups are pretty simple. But then you have other guys that stream different things that have just 87 different overlays and things popping up and moving. And I think it's just going to cater to what type of viewer you are, whether you want to use that kind of stuff. And as long as it's not taking away from the content itself, I think there's plenty of room for these extensions and stuff. Now, if your extensions are nothing but banner ads and crap like that, absolutely, that's going to suck. And they're going to be like, oh, that was a bad idea, because people hate banner ads and stuff in your face.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely a place for this stuff. And I think it's just going to depend on the type of viewer that you are and the type of streamer that you are, and vice versa.
Oh yeah, hands down. I do agree. There'll probably be a way. I mean, there would be some people who say, man, I don't even want these. I remember when bits were introduced and loops and all that. People were like, why would I want to do that? That's way too much going on the screen. I don't want that. There was actually some streamers, I saw some conversation on Twitter of saying, well, I'm going to turn off my things because my viewers don't want all that clutter on the screen.
Yeah.
You know? Like I said, more simplistic the better. I think hopefully when they add this, they give an option to either turn it off or just don't scroll over. Just keep your mouse where it is, right?
I imagine that they will do that, because just like you said, you can not have bits pop up, and you can not have your little tip glass and all that stuff. I'm the kind of person that likes the simplistic look. And when I'm watching somebody playing, let's just say Escape from Tarkov, if you're playing that and you've got a huge face cam and you've got like 7 different little follower, subscriber, whatever, top donor, like it takes away half the screen. I'm like, that game is so important to be able to see the little pixel of the dude's head. I'm probably going to miss that because so-and-so subscribed. You know what I mean?
You got this. Yeah. I totally do agree. And I think that kind of ties into what it always comes down to. What kind of content creator are you? You know?
Absolutely. And some of those things are going to fit for certain people and some of them are not. Some people are going to try them out and go, well, this sucks. I lost viewers, so I'm not using that anymore.
That is definitely true. That's definitely true.
I do love the integration for game specific stuff, especially if you are a specific game player, like, you know, Anthony and Grims and those kind of guys that play nothing but PUBG. Like that PUBG overlay stuff is going to be killer for them.
Oh,
yeah. You're going to be able to see their stats of how many kills they got and all this stuff. And like, I would totally love to see all that stuff, because you're like, I wonder what this dude's longest headshot is and most bullets shot out of what gun.
Yeah, that would be cool.
When you play those types of games, you want to see those stats.
Because that's why you're watching those games. Like, it kind of ties into why, because some people watch Pug. I mean, I guarantee everybody watches Pug to see somebody win. I mean, I don't know if anybody watches Pug to see someone lose.
Or backflips on motorcycles.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys want to see someone lose, bro, watch me all day. I definitely give you guys what you need.
Or top team kills.
Yeah, so that's why people watch it. So I think that'd be a really cool integration. I think there might be some games out there that they won't add it to, because, like Dark Souls, why would you? You know what I mean? I think
you could do how many deaths?
But that's like a death timer or death counter in your bot.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
true.
think it'll be probably catered to a lot of the new games coming out and a lot of the new competitive games coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think just touching on like the ESL tournament they did with PUBG, if they could have that kind of like you have the control of whose stats to look at and stuff during that,
Yeah.
that's something that would
be
work
amazing.
very, very, very much.
That'd be really
I
cool.
like that.
That'd be really cool. Okay, well, so we're gonna move on from that. I want to talk about. I think this is a really cool subject for viewers and streamers alike, because a lot of people don't know about this. One thing, I'm pretty much everybody's. So, have you ever been watching a streamer and you're just like, oh my god, there's like follow after follow after follow, like, oh my god, this guy got like 100 follows in like 10 minutes. It must be a bot, right? I mean, that's everybody's first reaction. You know, I've seen it happen to my stream. I've seen it happen to other people's streams. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't know this is a new, I guess, integrated feature for the Twitch mobile app. Do you know about that?
I've heard whispers of it. Is it where they kind of make it where you can get found easier?
So what it is, it's called the. Bring this up over here. It's called the new user onboarding function for Twitch. So
Okay, yes, I do remember that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So if say where's my phone? Hello? I don't know where my phone is. Whatever. Say like I say if I'm a new user, I'm like, man, I'm gonna sign up for Twitch or I'm making another account.
Yeah.
When I first log into Twitch and I make my account, Twitch gives you this screen right here. And it says at the top, it says we follow these streamers for you. So Twitch is pretty much saying, oh, you're a new user. Why don't I suggest some streams that might cater to you? I don't know how they figure out this algorithm or what they might like, but I'm going to, maybe they have them fill like a survey when they sign up. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if this is the right number, but I'm giving these 5 streamers to follow because you might like them. Now, the odds of them actually going, okay, let me, and they also have a button next to it says preview. So I say I followed 5 and I'm like, let me check out Darkesto or Gooderness. You know, I can click that and actually go into their channel, you know? So this has contributed to a lot of follows that a lot of people have had throughout, like even myself, like I've been streaming like I think it was a couple days ago where I just got follow after follow after follow. And that's some of the reason why I turned down my alerts, because I mean, if you have let me introduce myself going on while I'm trying to role play and talk, it's kind of like this is a little annoying. People might leave, you know? Yeah.
And is that translating into actual views? Because it's kind of like Twitter does that when you sign up for a Twitter profile. It's like, what's do you like books? Okay, here's 10 authors that you should follow. Like it's kind of, I'm not gonna, for the most part, I'm probably not gonna watch that content that I'm forced to follow. You know, I'll just immediately unfollow.
Yeah, a lot of people are probably just gonna go, okay, cool, and then click this done button, and they're out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They're out. So this kind of ties into another subject which I want to talk about, and I've seen people talk about on Twitter, and I've been including conversations about this too on Twitter and social media. Is some people were saying, well, I hit a milestone, man. I'm at 5,000 followers, or I just broke my first 1,001K followers. I'm so excited, and then people are looking back and going, well, is it really that special? Because with this new Twitch on board feature or function,
it's like fake follows.
Is it fake follows, or are these? I mean, these are real people.
Yeah.
And I've seen people have actually whispered me. I mean, people are actually in chat and whispered me, and my mods too, because they didn't know about it. They're like, "Gee, are you being like follow botted?"
Yeah.
And you know, the first time I saw it, I was like, "What is going on?" Oh, get Lord Jesus! You know, I'm holding onto my table, but I don't get banned. You know what I mean? Don't do it to me, Twitch. You know. But then I did my research, like any good content creator, to know your platform, and I'm like, oh, that's what it is. No need to panic. But you also have new viewers coming and going, bro, you're being follow botted. I've been whispered like, gee, are you being botted? Like, and I'm like, no, I'm okay, I'm good. This is what it is, you know.
You're just like, I'm really good at streaming, and lots of people are watching. That's all it is. Don't worry.
I don't even gotta be playing a game, man. I can just sit here and look at the screen, and I'm just gonna follows after follow.
This pretty face.
I'm just pretty. But that is what it is. The new onboard feature. What I want to ask you is, do you feel as a content creator that all these follows you're getting are they organic follows? Do you feel like they're worth it, or do you feel like followers, just as the whole sub buttons with affiliate, is kind of just the luster has been kind of just lost? Because when I get a follow, I'm like, oh bro, what's up, man? Hey, what up, DJ High 36, man? Thank you for follow, bro. Welcome to the squad. And DJ is like, what up, G? Or hey man, or I'm out of here, you suck at games. peace, or just don't say anything at all. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, do you feel like that luster has been lost? That hype's been lost?
I mean, like I get it, but I don't feel like you said, is it organic? I do not think it's organic because they're literally starting a new account and Twitch is like, hey, here's 5 accounts to follow or however many, and they click follow. They're not watching all 5 of those accounts, so I don't feel like it's a real thing. But then again, that's kind of integrating people into the browse function a little bit more. So there is a chance that might turn into an actual
Might turn into a
legitimate viewer,
Yeah.
but I don't think there's a reason to get all butthurt about it and be like, "That's not real follows" or what. Like, who cares? To a certain point now, like you said, if you're getting 200 follows in a night, that's going to be pretty annoying. I would love to get 200 followers in a night as long as they're real. You know what I mean? Because all of us have been trolled with people creating fake accounts over and over to mess with us. So it's kind of like, it's like organic trolling, maybe. No.
It's Twitch is trolling us, guys.
Twitch is trolling. That's really what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying. I do see both parts. It definitely comes down to, like I said, your mentality as a content creator. Some people are like, man, I'm done with this. This is dumb. Like, I actually saw somebody celebrating their milestone and hitting at 5K this past week, and then they were like, is there really even a reason to celebrate anymore? Because yesterday I got 300 follows in an hour from this new onboard feature. You know, are follows even worth it? I actually replied to this guy, you know, and because I want to give my input, and I feel like as content creators, we're here to give our opinions to kind of help and foster a good community, just share our viewpoints, because I mean, we're part of the community, whether people like it or not. And I told the guy, I'm like, regardless if you're getting like 1,000 followers and they're not organic and they're not speaking in your chat, you should just focus on your content. You know, your content is still your content. Having 1 follower a day or 1,000 followers a day does not depict your content. Now, that being said, when you get follow after follow and they're organic, you get hyped. I mean, that energy flows to you.
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, you feel like you're Super Saiyan Goku, and you're just like, I mean, it ups your stream. It makes you feel good.
Yep.
So I feel like that is being lost in this. You know.
Do you know? Do they force you to follow them, or is it a suggested follow?
It says we followed these streamers for you. So,
I don't like that.
I mean, it shows at the top right up here. I mean, it shows right here. It says a 9. So I assume this person just signed up. They got 9. They followed nine channels. So, I mean, I don't see the harm in it. I honestly don't. This is one thing which I've seen a lot of people complain about: exposure on Twitch. I mean, we all know hundreds of thousands of people stream on Twitch every day and sign up every day.
Yeah.
I mean, Twitch tells you that when they reject you for their partner program.
You know? Good luck, sucker.
You know, but that's another subject.
Yeah.
But you know, and it's like, I think Twitch did this not to be malicious, but I think they did this to increase exposure. You got followed by 200 people yesterday. They might not have been organic, but at the same time, it's like maybe 2 or 3 of those people actually came in and followed or subscribed or said, hey, I came and got this guy's stream, and I'm gonna tell my bro about it. So
how is it different from botting, though? Besides the fact that they're real people, but you can just hack a bunch of people's accounts and they're not going to translate into views.
I think botting is obviously breaking TOS. Botting is why would you want to create?
I mean, I guess I understand that.
Yeah, but I see what you're saying. The core about it is pretty much just like botting. You're getting all these follows, but these are actually real people following you.
The fact that Twitch followed your channel for them, I don't like, because for me, if you follow an account that I don't like, just for me, okay, as a content creator, I'm KingofSoup with underscores in between my name on Twitch. If for whatever reason I hadn't created a Twitch account and I go and sign up, and for whatever Twitch's algorithm does, follow somebody who's doing a Nazi stream, that's going to pop up on his stream, and somebody else is going to be like, dude, obviously this is a terrible example, but they're going to be like, hey, KingofSoup followed this dude's Nazi stream. I'm like, what? That's an extreme example, I know, but I feel like there's a point to where you're forcing these people to follow somebody.
Well, the thing is, like, I think very few people actually go through, like, I've never gone to somebody's stream. I've never gone to your stream and be like, let me see what this dude is following. Let me creep on KingofSoup tonight. You know, I'm feeling fancy.
But I mean the pop-up, though. If for whatever reason that dude has a lot of people watching, that's going to say KingofSoup just followed. You know, other people are going to see that, and the chance of that affecting something obviously very small. But
Very
I
small.
think that's the other end of are these
spectrum,
legitimate
yeah.
follows, but on the side of the viewer, don't force me to say I like something. I don't know.
Yeah, I do agree. Yeah, I see both parts. You have a very, very good point. That's a very good point. So that being said, how do you think Twitch could go about improving this, or just scrapping it, get rid of it, and go back to the old, this that never even existed, and you have to get all your followers organically?
I think you just do what Twitter does and say, hey, through our algorithm of however we follow your stuff, is we think that these are 10 streamers that you would like. Would
And
you
you have
like
the
to follow
option.
them? Yeah.
You have the option to
Don't
click
make
them.
me do it, because Twitter
Yeah.
doesn't make you do it. You can click on like a little survey, and which I don't know if Twitch does that, but I'm assuming there's something of how they guess which content creators you should follow. But through that survey, they're like, okay, here's 10 of them that we think you might like. And you can hit skip on the bottom right if you don't want to follow those people. I think that's the way they should set that up. And make more sense.
That totally makes sense. I do agree they could do this a lot better.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't think they had anything malicious in mind. They're trying to increase exposure, and maybe one or two of these might translate into a viewer.
I think it's a great experiment, but let's change it.
Yeah. Let's make it better. Let's streamline it. I do agree. So I mean that's really cool. And I guess as a viewer or as a content creator, you can see. I think they actually have a way to actually contact support and give feedback suggestions. So that'd be really cool.
Nice.
Yeah. But so let's move on from that. I think that's really cool. We're gonna touch on something you're world famous for. When I say Ark, I mean they might as well. When I look up
all
Ark
you think of is King of Soup.
It's King of Soup. I mean, if I look your name up in dictionary, man, King of Soup, it's in there.
Hashtag base raid.
Hashtag base raid. I see Ark right behind your name. I mean, you are the face of Ark now. But so we're gonna touch on Ark. I mean, Ark just actually launched. It had. Well, when I say launch, it finally had its debut, saying we have a complete game.
It's officially no longer early release.
Officially no longer
early
access, or release. They actually came out of early access the 29th of this month.
Yep.
Hurrah. What are your feelings about that? And I mean, you played this game a lot. I mean,
yeah. So I started out my channel mainly with Ark stuff. That's where I grew it. Me and this guy named Spiza that I played with a lot. We were some of the only people doing base raids and trolling people, which again, that's not really the best way to build rapport is make people angry.
Guys,
but it was
awesomely fun.
Take notes. It was so much fun. And I still get comments on those videos like, we missed the base raids, but that game just got so grindy. And with doing working 40 hours a week.
Oh yeah.
Coming home, grinding to build a base for 8 hours, waking up the next morning and seeing that your base has been destroyed. I'm ready to flip my desk and be like, I'm never playing this game again.
Oh yeah.
But in the beginning I was like, who cares if this game ever comes out of early access, whatever. But I don't know if you guys have noticed when you sign into Steam, if you have your game set to automatically update, there's like every 3 days there's an 8 gig update for Ark. They are pumping tons of content into this game. And I was like, man, I think this game is just going to continue to be relevant, even though it wasn't that much fun for me anymore because I got burnt out. But like we discussed a little bit earlier, I was like, I might as well jump back in and check out and see if they've done anything. The game is unbelievably polished right now. The menus for crafting and all that kind of stuff. It's so good looking and it's smooth and you're getting like 200 frames, obviously depending on your system. I was getting crazy frames just today on a big island and some of the new maps that have come out. I mean, I'm excited to kind of jump back into the game and play. I mean, it's really cool. Now,
so
go ahead.
if you could sum up Ark, if you could summarize Ark, what kind of game is it? What is it? If I'm new,
Minecraft with dinosaurs.
Minecraft with dinosaurs, or would you say Rust with dinosaurs? Would that be a little closer to Rust?
I haven't played a ton of Rust, but yeah, that is probably a better example just as far as the scavenging and cutting down trees and knocking rocks down and that kind of stuff. It would be Rust with AI and the AI being the dinosaurs.
Okay.
I would say.
All right.
But you can it's open world and you can build stuff and you can tame dinosaurs and ride them and fight them and all kinds of stuff like that and create little groups and clans tribes as they're called in Ark.
Okay, cool. Stuff. Okay, well, I'm gonna play a trailer to kind of like catch people up, what Ark is. And I mean, feel free to commentate and I mean what you see and what they've added, and if you've seen it before.
Is this the Aberration?
No, this is the official launch show of this game.
I mean, regardless of how long this game is, it's just unbelievably beautiful. It is very graphic intensive, which is part of people's PCs, but man, it's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it looks beautiful. I mean,
It
I'm not
really
gonna lie,
does.
This game, I played it. It looks honestly breathtaking.
And a lot of the stuff that they're showing in this release is a lot of the tech tier stuff, which is relatively new, and it's kind of taking it more from a caveman standpoint to more of a you can build really crazy metal objects and laser guns and stuff like that. And depending on the servers that you play on, it can be changed a lot. But
Okay.
I mean, it really is. It really is going to be pretty amazing what they continue to do with this.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see the numbers of how many people bought the game during release.
Oh, because during release, it kind of just brought it back out in light of day. I mean, a lot of people didn't even know what Ark was. I mean, a lot of people didn't even know it existed, or people played the game years ago and said put it down and it came back out. And I think it's really cool that it pretty much came out. It's their I would call this their relaunch, their final relaunch. I mean, they optimized the game, they added new content, they pretty much nailed down and made sure the game worked to the best of his ability and said, here you go, we have a complete game, which I think is really, really cool. More games can do that. Daisy. But you know what I mean? It's
dead game.
Dead game.
No, I was kidding.
But but yeah, this, I think it's really cool they did that. And I guess, where do you think it's gonna go from now? And I would say on two spectrums. Your typical gameplay, do you think it's going to increase people are going to buy the game? And where do you think it's going to go on Twitch? Do you think it's going to revive Ark on Twitch? Because if you go look at Twitch right now, I mean, this game's got, before the launch, it got like, what, 1,000 viewers?
Yeah,
On Twitch, not a lot.
it didn't really
Not
have
a
a
lot.
whole ton. There was, I think it's just going to kind of go up and down when they add new stuff. People are going to get excited about it. There's still a huge community of people playing Ark. There's just not a ton of content creators playing Ark. And as far as Ark on Twitch, I mean, do you want to see me chop down trees for 4 hours?
I'm down with it.
I mean, some people enjoy watching that, and again, you know, Twitch is more about the community and having fun and hanging out. Like I totally get that, but if some people just want to watch exciting gameplay, like I streamed a couple base raids and stuff and had great viewers for that, but after that, the base raid was over and everybody kind of left, which again, I totally understand that. I think it just depends on the kind of content creator you are, but you can make edited content with Ark pretty easily by, you know, today we're going to build this cool ass base, and you kind of do the time lapse of that moving on and different stuff like that. I think.
So would you say games like Ark, Rust, and base building survival games like that are better suited for YouTube? Because you can actually, I mean, viewer retention, that's everybody's goal.
Yeah,
you know, to
I think
keep viewer
both.
retention. Yeah, you think both? Okay.
I think you can do both, because also there is Ark Survival of the Fittest, which is a battle royale mod for Ark. Same thing with Rust. There's different mods for Rust. There's battle royale. There's, you know, hide and seek. I just made that up. I have no idea if it's a real thing. But there's all kinds of different mods for those different types of games that can be built into, you know, a Twitch channel or as a content creator. But I would imagine that those games are a little bit harder to keep not relevant, but like have new content over and over and over, because like I said, nobody wants to sit there and watch you chop down a tree unless you're really good at having a conversation with your chat and you're talking about stuff. So it just kind of depends on the content creator as well. But for me, my brain gets numb pretty quickly after I chop down 80 trees, because when we would get ready for base raids and stuff like that, I would literally turn on Netflix and watch it on my other screen and then go chop down trees. I'm not recording any of this crap, you know, I'm not doing any of this stuff. I would record in the background just in case somebody came and something crazy happened, but like a lot of that stuff required a lot of, you know, preparation. But I think it just depends on how you want to do your content, because people just, I don't know, some people just want to come and hang out, which I totally get, and I'm down with that.
Yeah, it comes down, like you said, what type of content creator you are and what type of viewer you are, and it goes hand in hand.
One thing I thought was cool about Ark coming out as their official release is that I don't believe it was actually on a physical CD until now. It was just a digital download, and so now PS4 and Xbox.
What? So you can play this on a console too?
Yeah, you can play it on a console, and that's something that's happened I want to say last year they introduced it to Xbox first, and then it came out on PS4. So obviously that was a huge jump in people playing. Now that it's on a physical disc, there's all those people whose parents don't let them get on the internet, or you maybe just want to have a disc so you can play it when you're not online or for whatever reason. I think that's going to get a lot more people into the game.
Or you just want to take it to your friend's house. You want to show them how the game works.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
It's going to be a big.
Do you think this launch kind of re-energized the game in the Twitch community?
I think absolutely, and it's probably, I would say, like 30 to 40% organic and 70 to 80% advertising, because I know in the background that the ARC devs are getting people to do stuff, and giving some of the content creators different platforms. Like I got invited to one of the official Twitch creators servers to play on, and so it's going to be a little more tame, and you can do some cooler stuff and have some extra stuff given to you, which is cool when there's nothing wrong with kind of creating advertising for your own game. But I think through that, yes, absolutely, it's going to revitalize ARC as a whole on Twitch and YouTube as well. And there's some pretty big YouTubers that started out on ARC that their content has slowly gone away because, again, the game got a little bit grindy, and it's just going to
boost it back up.
At it. Absolutely. Because when you search ARC base rate, you're going to see those guys, you're like, hey, they haven't posted an ARC video in 6 months. Wait a second.
Yeah. So it kind of just it breathes some life back into the game for the streaming and content community.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I don't think the release had anything to do with me playing, but I've been playing this game for a couple weeks for RP. I like to RP. That's really the only reason why I'm playing it. I don't like grindy games. I don't like a game where I'm just like, I gotta chop down a tree for about 4 hours. I like games where I can jump in and have some fun. But this game does appeal to me via the graphics, and I can role play in it. I also think like this game has a potential for RP. Like I know Still Rain role plays in this game. I know there's other people, Awkward Kitty, she role plays in this game. I know some of the OGs who role play in this game for a while, and they're taking a break from it, and I see them back in it because it's a beautiful game. Honestly, I think this game, if you look down at the functions and that it's a sandbox and you can pretty much do whatever you want to do in the world and mod it however you want, I think this game has the potential to overshoot GTA 5, which is literally, it's the meta for any role-playing game right now on Twitch. I mean, I don't know ever, but on Twitch, like GTA is the game you want to be in to roleplay. So I'm hoping and praying that, roleplay should be on multiple games. You know what I mean? It constantly evolves. I mean, it used to be like DayZ, and it used to be Arma 3, and now it's GTA. And I think maybe with this, fresh breath of air that ARC relaunched, it might transition to ARC.
It'll be interesting to see, because I think the one thing that ARC maybe lacks is being in this time period, because it'd be easy enough to, just as an example, have a mod Call of Duty to where you could do like a wartime RP, but I wonder if it's going to be hard to create in-depth stories and have fun with cavemen. Yeah. Okay. Because everyone's gonna walk around, talk like this all the time.
Like this.
That's gonna be funny for a hot second, but I think there's not gonna be much intelligence, or it would be hard to have much intelligence behind that. But who knows?
Yeah.
I mean,
who knows?
Conan.
Anything's possible.
Conan.
Yeah. All right. So So one thing I want to touch on, still ARC related, is they're coming out with a new expansion pack, aka DLC.
Aberration.
All right. So I'm gonna let that roll for a little bit. You tell me your thoughts. I mean, you're OG in this game, and give me your opinion.
So the one thing I will say that I noticed through this trailer is that it looks like they're bringing the tech tier stuff, the higher end lasers and craziness, to this expansion, which that's creating an immense amount of grinding, and so for someone like me, it's going to be harder to enjoy this. But I do like the kind of mutant stuff that they're pulling in this, because it's the premise is basically it's a damaged arc, because the arc is like, I don't think it's an actual planet, it's like an area that's like in a biodome kind of deal. Well, this one where it's maintenance facilities are damaged, and so it's creating a bunch of weird I can't think of mutants of animals and plants and craziness. And so I think it's going to add a lot of cool stuff, and then they make it where you can get some of those weird dinosaurs and animals to your own arc on the normal maps and stuff.
Yeah.
You can transfer your characters. But man, some of the tech stuff that they're adding, like the gliding and that kind of stuff, is going to be crazy, especially if you're trying to like dive bomb into somebody's base and raid them from the
can you
inside
imagine?
and stuff.
That'd be
That's
so
gonna be
cool.
so cool. But
So,
it looks freaky.
It looks. This is my first time ever seeing this trailer. I remember talking to Wild Khaleesi about it, and I was like, "Good Lord Jesus, that's awesome! That's awesome!" So I see this, and how I see it on the surface is, Ark used to be above ground. Now they're taking it underground. You know what I mean? And they're adding a whole new level immersion, and like you said, they're trying to focus more on the tech side of Ark. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it looks really, really cool. I mean, I don't know what's happening half the time, but not gonna lie, from I love graphics. Graphics are a big part of my gameplay that I like. It looks awesome. Creativity looks cool. I mean, this part where the dinosaur is invisible and then it just starts flying. I mean,
all I can think of is base raid.
Yeah, base raid. Can you imagine? Like, there's so many different levels going on right now. Look, and this guy's like, he's rock climbing. You got lobsters fighting people, and you got people swooping into your girl's DMs. It's
And I think that's going to add a lot to just single player play too, because some people just don't play on big servers. They just play by themselves. So there's a lot of like, bosses you can go jump into, and like dungeons and stuff, because there's usually like one big dinosaur in a certain area that you got to go try and find. And then also it creates it where you can go dungeon raid with some of your friends. Like, they have caves now, but it's not quite dungeon raiding. You know what I mean? Like, I really think that that's going to add some more stuff to the community. But obviously they're just wanting to keep their game relevant. And so now releasing the game officially and being like, hey, we already got some DLC coming out.
Yeah.
That's going to create, excitement to the game.
Yeah.
I really think so.
And I'm not gonna lie, me as a brand new noob to this game, this does look very intriguing, and this is gonna bring a lot of people into Ark. I mean, even me included. I'm actually contemplating at this moment streaming this game or making YouTube content for it, because I mean, it looks that good, Yeah. But your camera kind of went poof.
Oh.
Yeah, your camera went poof. But I think it's really cool, and I think it has the potential to bring, like I said, a lot of new people in, and I'm definitely going to be exploring this. I mean, I think it'd be really cool for us to make some content together. You teach me about the game, and it looks very...
I'll hold your hand and we can go base raid together.
Dude, hold my hand, bro. Walk me through the front door. But I think that's really, really cool.
Yeah, I think so. I'm really proud of the developers. They've really stuck with it, and Ark had it could have been really, really easy for them to make that millions and millions of dollars they did, and they were just like, peace.
Yeah.
We're running, we're on to the next thing. And I think that I've heard a lot of people bitch and moan about how many updates that they're doing, but it's like, dude, if they're updating the game with gigs and gigs of files, that's tons of stuff that they're adding to the game.
Yeah.
And the game is like crazy optimized compared to what it used to be. I mean, it runs
Oh, yeah.
so good.
Oh yeah.
I was blown away today. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I was very impressed.
So do you think this is you're gonna start making some more content with this game on your YouTube channel or Twitch?
I don't want to give anything away, but maybe.
All right. Maybe some some spoilers. Give a little Costco sample.
No, but I definitely think so. That's got some potential. And again, like I said, I started grinding a little bit this morning, and I was like, man, I don't hate this anymore. So I might have to jump in.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely gonna be checking that out too. So we've already talked about roleplay for Ark. We talked about the game. So I want to touch on something I heard somebody have a conversation about. And this kind of has a hand in hand with every game as a content creator, and I think this affects G Famous, JT, other content creators which I'm friends with and look up to. And this kind of ties into Destiny. Destiny 2 is coming out. Pretty much any game Ark Destiny that's having a new launch or a new game coming out to breathe life back into it. As a content creator, and as you stuck in there for a long time, like you, for instance, play Ark, and they've hit a plateau, and some channels are on a decline on YouTube and Twitch for the game kind of slowing down. Do you think? I mean, this is obviously going to bring bigger content creators in with more numbers, more viewers or follows into the community because it's a new thing. Do you see that as bad, or you see that as good?
I definitely don't see it as bad, but I think that it's just going to be a spike and then it's going to drop off again. Because every time something new comes out for any game, like for instance Counter-Strike, they come out with a new case, and like, oh, people are going to play Counter-Strike for a while, and then the case prices drop and people can't sell them, and then the big people aren't doing whatever. So it's going to create a spike, and then it's just going to go back to where it was before. It might be a little bit higher, just with it being an official release and more people buying the game. But I don't see any negatives with it.
Yeah.
And then hopefully for people like me that aren't really super huge, if you have huge people playing Arc again, and then people watching go, man, I really actually enjoy watching Arc content, and then those big YouTubers quit doing it, then hopefully that'll be me. Then I can get those views or whatever.
Because that's what will inevitably happen. People will come play Destiny 2 or Arc, any new game coming out with some DLC, and then people will get attached to it, and then people will leave when the game loses its its glitter, its luster.
Yeah.
Which is inevitable, and they'll leave behind viewers. So I think that's really good. Some people are actually upset about it. Some people feel very territorial over games. I know people that have been like, if I'm playing Mortal Kombat or Smash, like JT and other people, other content creators out there, and I've been in the game for a long time, and we get a new DLC, some bigger, better content creator comes in with more numbers and takes the spotlight. Some people get upset because they're like, well, I've been in the game for a long time. Why don't I have these views? I can't say I understand where they're coming from, the people that speak like that, and I just use these names as examples. I'm not saying these people feel like that, but I can understand where they're coming from. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like that's a wrong mentality to look at it, because these people have established their foundation and they made it that they could play any game they want to. Yes, they're coming into, but I would look at it as a pro, not a con, that they're actually adding more exposure to these games. They're giving the limelight. They're showing the spotlight of their community, and they're showing their community of like what this game has to offer. So I think that's a plus.
Well, that's a huge other way to get popular, is if you want to talk about figuring logistics out, is you find, like, let's just say Giant Waffle is playing I was gonna say Mario Maker. That's not a good example, but some little platform or whatever that there's only 3 people streaming that. Well, he's going to go offline in an hour. You should probably start streaming that game and see if you can get some of those viewers that want to continue watching that game. That happens all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of underhanded a way to steal some views and see, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
Like, I wouldn't even call it stealing views. I would just say call them acquiring views. Because, you're not stealing anybody's viewers. Viewers are, I mean, they're own human beings. They can do whatever they want,
Exactly.
But I do see what you're saying. All right. So we're gonna kind of slide on into this kind of has the same subject as with Arc and games out there, because we're talking about gaming. One subject I feel like is very sensitive, and this needs to be brought to light and talked about a lot more, is the relationship between developers of assorted different games, Arc, Pug. I mean, I've seen this happen on PlayerUnknown a lot. You play PlayerUnknown, I do too, but I feel like you play a lot more than me. The respect and relationship between devs and gamers, whether you're a content creator or a viewer. One thing I've noticed a lot is we're on the internet. I mean, this is where we live. I mean, internet's huge. And I've seen people think, because they're anonymous and they could say and do whatever they want, that they could just mouth off to devs because their game's not working or they can't connect to the servers. And I've even seen content creators do the same thing because they're like this past weekend, I think Twitch went down. Twitch went down for a little bit, and I saw some pretty big content creators and small content creators alike going off on Twitch like, man, Twitch is whack. They need to do better. Twitch needs to be perfect. They can't have any problems, because once they go down, I'm losing my livelihood. I'm losing money, which makes sense, because the longer they're down, that means you're not live, meaning you're not getting bits, you're not getting subs or follows, or exposure to new and current viewers.
I'm gonna be honest, man. Every time that I'm in the drive-thru at Taco Bell and they're taking more than 2 minutes to give me my damn tacos, I tweet at Taco Bell and say, "I'm so bored sitting in your drive-thru in whatever town I'm in at the time." And it's not like I don't legitimately think anything's gonna happen of that. I just kind of think it's funny. But also, it's like, why not? Why not let them know that, hey, this place is messing up and taking forever because you have this standard you got to set. And I think there is a point where you're just being a little bitch and complaining about stuff, but I don't know. I don't think it's a bad thing. It's not like Twitch isn't going to get butthurt about it unless you're like being like really messed up with, I can't think of anything you would say, but just like, I don't know. I think if you're just being a person and being like, yo, Twitch, you're kind of messing me up. I only have 2 hours to stream on Friday nights. And of course you're down on Friday nights. Thanks, buddy. LOL. Here's a funny GIF. I don't know. I don't think there's a point to it.
I think a little satire, being like, hey, what's your opinion? I think it's okay. We're all human beings. We're all, it bother us. We're gonna voice it on Twitter. You
I
know?
mean, like Dr. Disrespect, the face of Twitch, you know, he always tweets about whatever's messed up or broken or
Yeah.
you know, just
Oh yeah,
like
yeah. Oh yeah. I've seen him on.
obviously
I've seen
that's
him.
satire,
Yeah,
but like
I've seen him.
you know,
Yeah,
it's whatever.
I've
I
seen
don't
him
think
do
it's
it.
as
Yeah.
huge of a deal as everybody's making it to be.
But I think there is a fine line where it goes from satire, making a funny joke, which is a little respectable, to just openly just being disrespectful and rude towards whether it be YouTube, Twitch, or a game. That kind of rolls right back into kind of focusing on we are all our own personal brands. If you streamed 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, you're in it for the long run, or you want to stream in the future, please keep in mind, I would say it's the people that are listening, please keep in mind that you are a brand. And as a brand, you want to be as pleasing to as many demographics, viewers, and company sponsorships alike.
Yeah.
Because if I'm a company, say I'm EA, I'm coming with a new game, and I see, I'm just gonna say name, random name. If I see 3-star 503 mouth off to say Pug's horrible, Pug's the worst game ever, they need to die, they need to get fired. And I've seen people tell devs they need to die, they need to get fired, their game needs to shut down. They're the worst.
Yeah, Player Unknown's tweeted about that. It was like somebody just told me to kill myself because whatever.
Like,
was like, what?
Like, what do you think? Like, I could understand being upset because you want to play Pug because you want to have a great Friday or Saturday night, but as I've seen content creators do this too, and this honestly baffles me how you could be a content creator on Twitch and badmouth Twitch or another game and think it's okay. Because how would you like it if someone came in your chat and said, man, you're the worst gamer ever. You're horrible at this game, man. Your cam sucks. Your audio sucks. That right there, you would ban them. But how would you like it if the minute you said something about Twitch or Pug, they would ban you from their service? You would cry wolf, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
They would cry wolf. They would cry about it. That right there, I think it really needs to be pounded in. And I think a lot of content creators that have been in the game for a while or have learned the ropes or just kind of just sat back and looked at the whole ecosystem as content creator and what to do and what not to do, understands that you want to be respectful, even if you don't like that game, even if you have a bad day, even if that game crashes, just sometimes it's better to kind of just keep your words in your mouth and don't be rude about it. Because
and there's nothing wrong with voicing your opinion if it's legitimate and you're not just trying to be just I don't know, just negative for no reason or just constantly pumping negativity into the community. And one game and developer I always think of is H1Z1. Every time ArcLegger posts on Twitter that's like, hey guys, we're thinking about adding blah 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 to the game, the first like 97 replies are fix your damn game, kill yourself.
Oh dude, I've seen that.
Don't get me wrong, H1Z1 in my opinion has taken forever to optimize the game in a proper way, but I saw Player Unknown's tweeted about it was something like the way something looks, or we're changing something, and that was the first comment was fix your optimization in the game. It's like, dude,
I hate when people say that. I hate when people say that. Oh yeah, I and also this ties into, I feel like as gamers we're spoiled. I think a lot of people are spoiled. We want it now. We don't realize that behind the scenes is countless hours of tireless, without going to sleep. People, devs staying up for days on end.
If you don't like it, don't play the damn game. I'm sorry. Like, move on. We don't want you here anyway.
And I honestly think it goes down to people need to understand that we're human beings. Devs are human beings. Devs have to feed their families. Devs have family problems too. Devs have lives just like us. And when you're rude and mean, it does hurt their feelings. No matter if you feel about it, you might be sitting here going, well, you need to suck it up, G. You need to get some thicker skin, G. No, it's about, as a gamer, we're supposed to respect these companies that give us this platform to stream on, to play, to have fun in. They're giving us, they don't have to make this game for us. Pug could have said, you know what? These people are backing us. We out. Yeah, we would have had those select little groups would have had the hurrah, that little victory of saying, well, we showed them good. But at the end of the day, we all lose out because we're losing out on the game. Absolutely. And I think as it should be really pounded into content creators and gamers alike that we need to be respectful of the games, no matter if they're having a hard time or a good time. Because I'm not a scripter. I don't know how to make these games better. But
just check yourself and don't be an asshole.
Yeah. People think it's all, well, you should just optimize the game. That's it. Just make it better. It's not that simple, So I think it's something we all should think about.
And there's different developer teams. The person that's working on what the leather jacket looks like isn't working on optimization for the game. And people always say, well, it's easy enough to move that person to the other thing. I bet you that person only knows how to create graphic art stuff. They don't know how to make the doors open better. Like, that's the whole point of having teams working on stuff.
Yeah, and Pug started from one guy having a vision. into
Have you
growing a team.
Have you seen how small their team was like at the beginning? I was like, I can't believe you guys brought this game out. That's unbelievable.
It was a
that's
miracle.
That's why I was like, this game is gonna blow up because you have this teeny tiny group of developers creating this badass platform. It's gonna be unbelievable.
Yep, I agree. I agree.
I know I'm getting worked up about this game. I really like it.
Oh yeah, I like PUBG. I'm just not good at it. I'm just not good at it. Practice. Yeah, hours. Yeah, so I mean, it's just being respectful. It ties right back into, you know, treat people how you want to be treated. It is what it is. If you want to be successful as being a content creator, I think that's why we're all here. I mean, I guarantee no matter what any content creator says, they're saying, I do it because I love it. Yeah, I do this because I love it. I do it because I love the community. I love meeting you guys.
Absolutely.
I love building relationships. I love playing games, you know, and I love affecting people's lives. But I'll be straight up. I'm doing this because I want to do it for a long time, because I want to make a living off of it. Everybody does. If somebody brand new was presented to an opportunity, said a game came and said, hey man, or Twitch came and said, hey bro, you wanna just get paid the hourly rate to do this? They would say, hell yeah.
Nah, I don't want to do that.
Of course. I won't do it. And I feel like there's taboo on that. And I don't know why there's taboo on that, because that's like saying Michael Jordan wouldn't have played basketball. Well, this is kind of like extravagant, kind of reaching, but it's just saying like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, yeah, they love basketball, but the reason they played it as long as they did and as hard as they did and the careers they reached to and aspired to, because they got paid to do it. It is what it is, you know. Yeah. Mayweather, he's great at what he does, but he makes a lot of money, which
everybody wants to do what they love for money.
Because they have to support themselves. I think some people just gotta realize we gotta pay bills too, you know. But I could talk about that all day. But I kind of want to touch on, and then after this, we'll open up questions for people. I want to touch on this. As a content creator, what games are you playing right now?
Hey G, can you take 2 questions from chat and then let me use the bathroom real quick, because I've drank 2 glasses of tea.
I can do that. All right, go for it. All right, so questions. Anybody have any questions? If you guys do, feel free to project them in chat, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. But I guess in the meantime, while waiting for questions, me personally, some games I'm looking forward to. I've kind of put on the sidelines EFT. EFT is a great game, which a lot of people don't know about it, is Escape from Tarkov. A really, really good game, which is, I like to call it the Dark Souls of FPS, shooter, survival. It's a great game. I feel like it's DayZ, first person, what it should have been. There's no zombies, there's no apocalypse, but it's a really, really good game. I would say another game which I'm looking forward to is the new Assassin's Creed. It's gonna be, I believe set in Egypt. It's gonna be really cool. And I'm looking forward to Destiny. Destiny is gonna be a huge game for my content and my stream. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna integrate it, whether I'm gonna stream it, whether I'm gonna stream it and then make YouTube content. I don't know. It's all up in the air. Because I personally, right now, where I'm at in my YouTube lifespan, if you want to call it career, whatever, is I'm in a crossroads, at transitions, where I want to evolve for myself as a content creator into different platforms, into different type of content.
All right,
welcome back. So what kind of games are you currently playing right now as a content creator?
All right, so the most probably popular game on my channel right now that I'm playing is PUBG. And anybody that watches my content, I think I've done like 37 videos of PUBG, and it's just, that game is so much fun. There's just something about getting that chicken dinner that makes you feel so good. I don't know. I've been loving that game ever since alpha, and I've been just grinding and grinding and grinding. Yeah. But a newer game that came out, another one would be Escape from Tarkov. That's something else that I've been playing, and that's kind of a survival game, and based in Russia, where you scavenge for stuff and build your stash and try and survive in Russia, and you can do it with other people. I've been playing that a whole lot. I've really been enjoying that as well. But it's builds a lot of salt. I get really angry playing that game, so it doesn't make for the best content sometimes. But I think people enjoy watching that as well. So
yeah. That's actually a pretty good game. Not gonna lie.
I really like it.
All right, so
what about you?
I pretty much would agree with you. Escape from Tarkov is a great game, and I want to play it. The only thing I'm having trouble with is I have so many games I want to play. But should you stream them? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, there's so many games. I mean, you got Life is Strange, we got The Wolf Among Us, we got Escape from Tarkov. We got the new PlayerUnknown map coming out soon. There's so many types of games. And I think the struggle a lot of content creators have is, do we stream these games because we're excited about them? Because everybody knows when you switch up games, you do lose viewers. It's the nature of the beast, no matter if you like it or not.
Yeah,
you know?
I think if you follow the hype of a game and stream, like for instance, Destiny beta, I don't think it's a bad idea to stream Destiny beta while it's out for your community, because you're still gonna have a few people that are like, ugh, why aren't you RP and G? But I think that there's a point where they want to watch and see what you think of Destiny 2. But if you continue playing Destiny through that and completely change your content, I think that's where you're going to start losing viewership. Because another game that I play a whole lot is Overwatch. And my community has straight up said, we don't want to see this Disney game with techno music. Like, we straight up, that's the most boring thing to watch. Even though I love playing Overwatch and I feel like I'm pretty good at it, nobody wants to watch it on my channel. So I just don't. I'll just play it on the side. So I think that's important. Go ahead.
Yeah. Do you think sometimes that kind of forces you to cut your stream time down, because you as a gamer, you do want to play these games on your own time? You know, like me personally, when I come home, I have like an hour and a half to myself, and then I stream for the rest of the night, and then I go to sleep. Do you think with so many games out, do you think it kind of pushes you to say, well, hey guys, today I'm going to stream like an hour or two because I want to play this game, because I know it's not good for my stream, but I want to enjoy it? You know?
No, I have done that before, and I said, hey guys, we played PUBG for 2 hours. I'm kind of burnt out tonight, and I'm going to play some Overwatch. Does anybody want to watch it? And I have had people, 5 or 6 people be like, yeah, let's play some Overwatch. And then actually that particular time, a lot of people came and watched. It was kind of weird, but I think as long as you communicate with your community and let them know what's going down, and your viewers are going to stick around. They want to hang out with you anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's that bad. But as far as like just jumping all over the place, I think that gets rough. I really do.
So do you think it rather it hinders or it hurts your stream?
For organic growth, I feel like being consistent is the way to go.
So
as far as games.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, in anything, I do agree. Okay, cool. Are those all the games what games are you looking forward to down the road that are coming out?
I'm still sticking with Escape from Tarkov because they're going to be changing a lot of stuff. I know one of the big things that everybody's been bitching about is there's no VoIP, so you can't talk to anybody that's close to you. There's zero voice communication unless you're in a team speak with somebody, and so that's something they're adding. There's tons of more guns they're adding. There's what else are they adding? There's like different missions that you can get for the traders, so it's going to add a lot more to that particular game. So I don't even feel like that game is close to being done. It's just going to get more cool, and they're going to be able to integrate a lot more stuff. So that's what I'm really looking forward to. Other games would be the PUBG survival stuff they've been talking about.
Yeah.
So if they create and kind of branch off, and I've heard a lot of talk where people are like, I really hope they don't split the game like H1Z1.
Oh Lord, I think that'll be a bad idea.
Just Survive is dead.
No,
we jumped in there not that long ago. I was like, oh, there's 7 people on a server, cool, and it's all kill on site. Where's the fun with that?
I feel like games like that, kind of like DayZ, they start with the best intentions, but they kind of just end up into this whole death match. If I see you, I'm gonna shoot you and steal your gear. That's it.
Yeah, like, absolutely.
It would be. I don't think Pug would go down that route. It'd be very dumb with them. Very, very dumb. Yeah. But I mean, okay, all right. So? I mean, that's all the games you're looking forward to down the
just
future?
Really, and I'm kind of content with the games that I have been playing, and I haven't had a chance to see a lot of the upcoming stuff. One game that they did announce that's coming out is going to be the new Last of Us. And I will buy a PlayStation 4
I'm very excited
for
about
that game straight up. So like I was getting a little bit teary watching that trailer. That game, like that favorite game, seriously, favorite most amazing single player game I have ever played, The Last of Us, and then the prequel to it, so good. So good. But I kind of got that same feeling watching the new Far Cry. Is that the one that's going to be like the southern backwoods? Yeah.
Yep.
That looks pretty legit.
I totally forgot all about that game. That game looks good. That game looks really good. They've also had some really good stories for Far Cry.
I want something that I can play with my wife and enjoy together. That's not because her and I are completely different gamers. I'm more competitive, and she's more of chill, have the fun, enjoy. Like she plays a lot of Minecraft and a lot of single player stuff like Stardew Valley and stuff. So I think something that's story driven, that you don't have to be a pro CSGO player to be able to enjoy would be cool for us to play. Like we're gonna try and play Portal together and some games like that. So I think having a cool game that's got story driven and fun That's something I'm definitely looking forward to.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm right there with you. EFT, the new pug content. I think for my stream wise, I probably just gonna keep it to RP. Maybe shorten my hours if I want to play a game off stream, or even ask my community, hey, you guys want to? I'm gonna switch over to this. This is normal, or you could just, a good way to say it is, hey, my stream's coming to an end. I'm ending early. Now I can stay live to play this game. Remember, this is not my normal game. That's a good way to go about it. You know what I mean?
And I've seen people do specific days. They're like, on Fridays, I don't RP. I play whatever games, or I just, or they, obviously community play dates and stuff like that. I think that's a good way to do that. And I've also seen other people, different platforms. Like for instance, on YouTube, they will do this. They'll only play ARC. And on Twitch, that's where they do their RP stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's actually a good idea. That's a really good idea, huh? Okay.
I like that.
All right. So we'll take questions now.
Yeah.
We already got a question from Local Sam. It says, Glitchsythe, and I'll address this to you, King. You talk about the content creators presenting themselves as a brand, and therefore they should respect developers and fellow creators alike. Do you think the same perspective applies to creators devoted to critique, game critiques, film critiques, and so on? Can they take a strong position when doing it? If they can, how can they handle the pressure from those who take strong critiques as offensive commentary?
Okay, so I want to touch on the beginning of that question, and you've said this before, and I meant to address it, but I forgot. So I think that it's important for myself to be a personal brand. I think it's totally okay for other people not to give a shit about that. You know what I mean? Because if you just want to have fun, do your thing, whatever, and don't care, then you shouldn't force everybody to be in a box when it comes to that stuff. But the other part of the question, talking about the developers and stuff, also worrying about, how they're treating and respecting the content creators. I think that's very important as well, because just like early access games that you spend a bunch of money on, then they just end, that's not being good to your community. I think that we all have to kind of worry about that and how we handle our community and communication and stuff. I think that's very important. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do agree. I think personally, there's a medium, like this goes back to be respectful. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, there's something wrong with this game. I don't like it, or it doesn't work well. I feel like they could do better. I think it's totally okay to be a movie critiquer or a game critiquer. People make a living off of it. I think it's good, because sometimes you do want to hear the bad and the good before you buy a game. Like there's a channel on YouTube that says before you buy, or like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
before
absolutely.
you buy. I always watch that when a game's coming out. I'm like, I want to see the cold hard facts of what's good and what's not before I buy this game. I think it's really good. But there's a medium where you need to be of being respectful and say, hey, I think this game is not optimized, or I feel like this function does no good. I don't think any company would be hurt by that. I think a company would actually probably praise you and look better on you, because you can voice your opinion in a business professional way.
But if you're saying PlayerUnknown is a piece of shit for banning stream snipers, that's a little over the line. I feel like there's a better way to word that, and bring that into the forefront of the mind, regardless of your opinion on whether it's okay to ban stream snipers or whatever the issue is. You don't have to be a dick when you say it like that, or like tell me he needs to kill himself. I mean, there's like, holy crap.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a right way and a wrong way to go about a lot of things. I definitely do agree on that.
I think we just have to respect each other on both sides of the table. I mean, that's really what it just comes down to. Obviously, the community versus the developers, I feel like the community is going to be much more of a bunch of jerks. I mean, and the creators and developers just have to get a little bit more of a thick skin, because the internet is a terrible place. It's full of trolls, and people are just going to be jerks, and it's kind of like whatever.
Do you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of, what is that Game of Thrones saying? What is it? Night, the darkness. What is that? What's that? You watch Game of Thrones?
I do not. I think I'm one of the 7 people that has never seen an episode of Game of Thrones.
That's last week. No, I think it's like the night is full of terrors or something like that. The night is dark and full of terrors. You just reminded me by saying the internet is a horrible, horrible place. Right there.
For
the
real,
internet
though.
is full of terrors. Yeah.
Just look at my YouTube comments. I mean, it's just stupid fat redneck. That's like every 3 comments. I'm like, cool. I get it. I'm fat. Thank you.
I honestly think if you want to be a content creator and you don't want to just cry your eyes out, you have to get a thick skin. There's nothing wrong with taking criticism if it's respectful and constructive, But at the same time, it's like if someone wants to come by and troll, you are gonna get trolls from left and right. G, you're gonna be catching them like no other. It's gonna happen. It is what it is. You just kind of have to brush them off. We have another question. Says, what are y'all thoughts about cam, like the difference between green screen or walls like King has? So pretty much between my green screen or you having a background where it shows off your fancy television, which I'm a little jealous of. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
All right, so I have done both. I say I have done all three. I have had no cam, I have done green screen, and I have done just the cam setup like this. I think that it depends on the type of content creator you are, and it kind of depends on whether you're live streaming and just personal preference. Because I personally think that a green screen makes it look a little more fresh and clean, and it makes it a more immersive experience, especially for live streaming. Also, it doesn't take away as much of the screen.
Oh yeah.
Unless you have different content creators like Dr. Disrespect, where, no offense to anybody, his camera is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like half the damn screen.
Yeah.
But you know what? For his stuff, it works because you want to see his ridiculous outfit and him slamming his table and all that. So that totally works for him. But then obviously you have big streamers like Lyric, and I really think that's a unicorn, because
that is a unicorn.
It's really hard to connect with somebody that doesn't have a camera. And it just really is. But if you have a trashed room and you got dirty clothes everywhere and you got a stained couch behind you, no offense, Dirty Randy, it really doesn't understand.
A stained couch.
It really just takes away from the fun. And right now I use a green screen. In fact, I mean the green screen.
Randy has a green screen now.
Does he really? Nice.
Yeah, I saw him. And he has a different hairdo. I mean, he looks like a
what?
He looks like what is that? What is that character?
Is he worrying about demonetization?
I don't know. No, he looks like Clean Randall, his character.
Nice.
What is going on? I actually didn't even know it was Randy. I thought he was hosting something. I'm like, what is going on here?
That is awesome.
Yeah. But I would say, to kind of chime in that, I would definitely say anybody, we're taking questions. If you have questions, feel free to ask them in chat. We'll answer them. But I would say it comes down to, like King said, what kind of content creator you are. I think having a kind of like what King has right now, it adds a more personal touch. It adds the more, I mean, this is me. It adds a more creative touch. The con of that, it does take up more of your screen. It is what it is. And I think it's cool. And also, like me, I have a green screen because it adds a more professional. And it takes up less of your screen. It takes up less of your gameplay, so people can focus on the gameplay. And it looks really clean. Me personally, I don't like the cam box. And I think it has to do what your room layout is. Like behind me, I got a wall. I don't want to show off my bed. I don't want to show where the magic goes down. It's a secret. But my room does not appeal to having what King has. It doesn't work out like that, and King's does. It comes down to what. And
like this is planned. This is not what my room looks like. You move 3 feet ahead of it, and it's just crammed full of junk. I mean, like this is my office / business in here, and it's just like it's a facade that I have created for doing my vlogs and my stuff where I talk to people. Because right now during my gameplay, I use a green screen. So I think it just depends on what you're doing at the time. And like I said, I will simply pull my green screen up, and then boom, I can green screen on it. And it took a while to get this set up the way I can manipulate my setup to how I want it, depending on what kind of content I'm doing. But I think it just depends. But I think having a cam at this point is very important, unless you're just freaking insane at a video game and you can carry it, or if you randomly are a unicorn,
Yeah, 100%. I'm right there with you. Okay, we have another question from my boy Local Sam. It says early access games have been generating a lot of buzz lately. I'm not sure of the numbers, but I have seen some data that say around 40 to 60% of Steam games were released in 2016 alone. A lot of games critique channels have been tearing some of those titles apart to shreds. And a common explanation is that the disappointment due to the poor state of the industry is with a lot of badly made unfinished titles. What is your guys' thought on that?
I'll let you take this one first. Go for it.
I would definitely say I'm gonna have to reread the question, man. There was a lot going on. There were releases, and a lot of game critiques channels have been tearing some of those apart. And a common explanation is that disappointment. Okay, so I'm gonna pull from what I think you're asking. Is the state of the industry right now with poorly optimized games and half-finished games, right? and critique it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, as a gamer and as a content creator, I do feel that there are a lot of games out there. Like you said, 2016, man, it was a huge influx of Steam games. Because I mean, I honestly think what the influx is, a lot of people and companies started to see. Because before, I would say like 2010 to like currently 2016, a lot of gaming companies were only AAA companies. EA. DICE, these huge companies that could afford to put hours and hours into graphic design, audio, video, motion capture, all that stuff. They had the money to afford it, but now there are smaller companies coming together, different people who have a passion to make games and devs saying, hey, we can do our dream now. We can make an indie game. We can make a game that looks just as gay as this game.
Yeah. On
a budget. We could take even longer. And I think that has a tie with that is early access. A lot of games like DayZ, even Pug, they started with a pretty much a bone frame of a game, the minimal of a game, and they developed it throughout months or years, and they've now come out with a finished project, which is amazing. And I'm not gonna lie, that's a unicorn. I mean, there's not a lot of games that actually come out, they stay out, they improve, and they release. Like Ark, they've done it. Very few games have actually started with early access and came out to be great.
And that's the only one I can think of that have really done that.
Yeah. And I would say that is the reason. I mean, that is. I don't really get frustrated at games and devs, but I would say there is a huge influx, and as we've noticed, No Man's Sky, that it's just you feel kind of jaded as a gamer, and you kind of feel like you're lied to, and this has put me on alert, and I think a lot of people on alert is that I don't pre-order any games anymore. I wait till the game comes out.
Me too.
Destiny 2, I will pre-order because I'm really hyped. But any new game that I don't know about, that I heard about, that really I don't have any background with the devs or the game franchise, I'm probably gonna wait till it comes out.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. And I kind of got burned with Islands of Nine. I bought one of the more expensive packs for that on their Kickstarter, and then found out that they were just giving out copies to content creators, which is totally cool because that's a new thing that's kind of created. But it was like, man, I was trying to help out, and then like they gave all these other people these perks that I spent money on and didn't get. So I felt a little butthurt about that. But that's not necessarily on that same subject. But I just think back to, just for instance, Mario 64. So Mario 64, and you'll watch any of these speedrunners that play that game, is full of glitches and craziness. And that's how they speedrun the game. You get these crazy jumps from levels to levels, and there's nothing you can do about that as a developer. That game was done, it came out on a cartridge, and it's over. That's the game finished. Now, back in the day, they've re-released games and fixed things, but it's pretty rare. Now, when you have the influx of the internet and being able to download stuff, you had different games like Halo and the different Call of Duties and stuff that would fix glitches, super bouncing, if you guys remember that stuff, wall glitching, speed running, all kinds of stuff that they would fix with patches. And I feel like that's just kind of slowly trickled into developers being able to put out half-assed games to a point, because I think that there is a spot for, let's crowdsource and make this game better. And with the access to that being more open, like you said, all these huge AAA developers aren't being the only people that can afford to do this stuff just because technology is getting cheaper. I think that you're going to also open it up to a bunch of assholes that are just trying to make money, which that's going to happen in every industry. When it becomes easier to do something, it's going to expose the people that suck at it. And it's our jobs as communities or as consumers to weed through that stuff. And you're going to get burned. It's just the nature of the beast. And people like to point out, DayZ and blah, blah, blah. I mean, like, they're still working on the game. It's not like they're trying to still get more money. I'm sure you're enjoying the money that they get, but their sales aren't through the freaking roof right now. I mean, like, they're eating their own shit because the game is crappy.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think in the gaming industry, it's very cutthroat, and what goes around comes around. If you backstab the consumers and the viewers and the content creators, we will do the same to you by not supporting your game.
Yeah, but I don't think that games like DayZ have necessarily been underhanded. They've shown things and be like, this is what we're working on. And I'm sorry that the developers thought that they could do something and haven't been able to figure it out yet. No Man's Sky blatantly lied about stuff. I mean, that's different. I totally get that. But I think having early access for games is unbelievably beneficial to the developers to be able to crowdsource their games, get a little bit of money coming in on the front part. I mean, it bypasses Kickstarter straight up. I mean, I think Kickstarter is a cool thing, but I think that if you can get early access greenlit for your game on Steam, you get all this influx of money and you can do all these badass things that you wanted to do.
Yep.
Now, I made a trailer or showed a trailer on my YouTube channel for a game coming out called Obscure, and I'm going to go ahead and apologize to that developer because I still haven't played that freaking game yet because I've been so busy. But it was a cool looking first person kind of puzzle game, and I got a comment that said, "Hey, be careful of this developer because he steals people's money because he created this other game and never finished it." And I was like, "Oh, damn, I got to watch out because I might get scammed." But then I was thinking about it this morning, like, it's not, who cares if he didn't finish a game? He's not being an asshole. His game sucked and he was like, I don't want to put any more time and money into this.
That's true.
Move on to your next thing. And I don't know how he handled it. You know, he may have just been like done and said nothing on his social media or whatever. But I'm like, give these people a break. It's one dude in his garage trying to make it against these people like Dice who put out these broke ass games that are terrible and they never fix it. They're like,
and they can afford to do game after game after game because they got the money to do game after
let's
game.
not fix our game. Let's just come out with more DLC or whatever to cover up on, and that's fine. Do what you got to do. I'm not going to play any more Call of Duty games because I'm over it. You know, but it's whatever. I mean, I don't think it's as negative as people are putting it out because people are putting out badass games like Ark and PUBG and all these other early access games that are just blowing my freaking mind. Yeah. And they're $30. They're $30. It's not $175 like that special edition from Halo 3 that I cannot believe that I purchased. Are you kidding me?
Do you think the price point kind of, it used to be back in the day, which the more expensive the game is, the more content you're getting, the better the game is. But now it's pretty much every AAA title out there. They're gonna be like $60-$80, and they're raising the price to $120 for that premium pack where you get DLC early and you get a
remote control car
or a life-size figurine you can look at and stare at like a creeper in the corner of the room. But it used to be that you paid for what you get for, but now it's like you pay and you're like, I hope to God I get what I get. But kind of picking up back that, what would you think the solution to that would be, so consumers actually feel safer looking at early access titles? How would people feel it? Would it be more devs be more transparent, be more truthful? I personally think it would be like you said, that guy in the garage who is a one-man team, did have a legit reason because he said, hey, I'm working on this game, it's not panning out, I'm sorry, we're gonna do this new game. I feel like the solution would be to do not announce your game until you are completely ready and confident in your game, because we're gamers, we latch on real quick to that hype. We want the new game coming out, we want that shiny brand new shoe smell, new car smell game out there. You know, who doesn't? And if you tell me about a game coming out and I look at it and I'm hyped about it, I will constantly follow that. And if you let me down, you're gonna break my heart. I'm gonna cry about it. You know?
Yeah.
And I just think if you're ready to be in the limelight, please at least be ready to give me some content. One game I'm gonna say, Identity. Hands down a prime example. People are so hard to do the game. A lot of role players are hard to do the game, but it hasn't delivered yet.
And I think it's rough to show the things that you're trying to create, and then people get hyped about that, but you didn't give like, yeah, we're gonna be ready at launch. You know, it's hard to build a hype train if you don't have all the stuff ready. But then if you need an influx of cash, you got to deliver something so you can get some money to finish your project. Yeah. Especially if you're an indie developer. Like I totally understand that, but I still feel for the dude in his garage. Yeah. Trying to grind and create a game. But like you said, just be open and transparent about it, because we're gonna rip you a new asshole if you screw us over, straight up. Yeah, that's like me going to a job saying, man, I know how to account, and me getting the job and being like, well, bro, what's 2 + 2? 21? Let me Google that real quick. Let me Google. You know, it's kind of like that. Like you don't lie to us, but at the same time, it's like you don't lie. All right, so we're gonna move on. Thank you guys for the questions. So we're gonna move on to this part right now. We're gonna show some clips from my boy, the one and only King of Soup. He's got about 4 of them. I'll show 1 or 2 of mine, and then we can take some more questions or just bid you guys adieu. So we're gonna roll into this one. This one is called Hanzo Quad Kill Overwatch Highlight. So if you don't mind commentating, this is all you, King. This is just my the normal broken Overwatch, how to get many kills with Hanzo. I'm not a Hanzo main. I main Mei, if you guys are familiar with Overwatch. Mei is Bay, right? Mei is Bay. I'm amazing. I get quite a few dislikes for this video. It just made me laugh. I think this was probably quick play and not. That was quick play. Yeah. That was a quick play.
So what is the meta for getting as many kills as Hanzo as you can?
Spam shooting arrows, basically.
Just spam. But why?
Spam arrows.
Why would people get mad at that? Isn't that what he does? He shoots arrows.
Well, the issue with that is that I just used his ultimate, so everybody got sucked into the graviton surge, so they couldn't move, and then I shot my big dragon at him. And it's an easy way to get a lot of kills because if everybody's frozen in one area,
yeah,
it's not skilled to kill them all. But I think that was like my first quad kill back in the day.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. All right, this one's called Headless CS:GO Funny Glitch Farts.
Okay, so I'm gonna go and excuse this fart here at the beginning, but the rest of this is just weird glitching from CS:GO. You don't have to play the whole thing. I think it's like 9 minutes. You can just play the first couple minutes. But it's something weird that happened.
I have $5.96.
Like for whatever reason, the game glitched out. One dude didn't have a head, and then it just got really freaky from then on.
2 cases. Just for you, so stick around.
Oh, you're so sweet.
I will spend $5 on your entertainment.
Is there a part you want me to fast forward to, or?
So go tell all your friends.
Boys, where are we going?
I'm gonna go plant a bomb on a side.
I think it's just a few seconds ahead of here. Yeah.
Blue, where's your head?
Oh, there he is.
Who? What?
Blue, where's your head?
It's really
Where's
freaky.
your head?
He's got a head on my screen.
He's a headless horseman! Look, you can't. He's cheating. He's hacking. He can't even get shot.
Could you even get a
I have a head though.
shot?
I don't know. It gets
Look,
even
he's got a head!
more weird.
What is happening?
Do more people lose their head, or is it just him?
It gets way worse.
Yeah! Oh my gosh. That's the funniest thing I've ever. He really did not on my screen. Did not have a
I
head.
don't know what's broken with the game.
And he still
Oh
has
my
no
god,
head.
now Orange doesn't
Yeah.
have a head. What is
Oh,
happening?
there's 2 people who have no head.
I'm going to,
So did,
I'm pretty sure the game
these
is
guys don't have heads?
demonic here at a certain point.
did everybody just lose their head?
You sound like
I have no idea. I mean, it was so random, and then like these weird demons come out of nowhere.
Sorry.
bruh.
Wait,
I really
what
didn't mean
weird
too much
demons?
ESEA.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
I
it's
feel you,
a little bit farther ahead.
Too much ESEA.
Dude has a Batman cape. Those guys are skeletons.
Oh, here we
Batman
go.
cape, and that guy
Somebody
is.
hack.
Whoa!
What's happening? Those guys are skeletons. They're spiky skeletons.
What is going on?
Oh my gosh.
It was so weird.
That is really weird.
What's going on in your
That's about it.
I'm
That
so-
video.
That is really weird. I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen that before.
It was
in
creeping
CS:GO.
me out, man.
You were like holding. What is going on here? All right, next one's called. This one is Mirror's Edge Catalyst Birdman Route Speedrun Top 1%.
So a game that I loved back in the day was Mirror's Edge, and they came out with a new Mirror's Edge Catalyst, and I worked my ass off to get in the top 1% of the Birdman route during the
What's going
beta,
on, guys?
and this
King of
was
Soup
my
here.
one
I know
run.
you
This
guys
is
are
kind of
here
my
for
claim
one
to
of two
fame for
reasons.
that.
You're here to be
But now
entertained,
they've
and you
figured
wanna know how
out
to get into
way
the
way
top
faster ways, but I just
1%
thought this was
on
pretty
Birdman's
cool.
route in Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Yeah.
Well, here's how I did it.
Have you played this game at all?
I haven't. I actually was interested in playing this game. I played the first one, the demo, and I just think it's really cool how they introduced a free run game.
I really wanted to try it with VR. But I think I
Oh,
probably
that would be
bombed.
so cool. Everybody, there's a disclaimer. You might pass out.
That was
Your-
so much
Your
fun.
mom walks in, you're over here jumping around the room. What
What
is
are you
going on, son?
doing? Mom,
Son,
it's
are you on
parkour. You
drugs?
don't understand.
Are you on that devil's lettuce? Yeah. Oh, so pretty much you cheated.
Basically.
Or did you? Oh man. Oh.
But it's
You
just
got-
you just have to figure out the ways to get around objects.
Yeah.
And there's like vault jumping where you can get that split second of a little bit faster or whatever, but that was back before everybody had figured everything out and kind of figured out all the glitches.
All right. This one is DTG Sniper Twolfer.
Twofer.
Twolfer.
So this is my favorite double kill I've ever gotten in a game, I think. Because it was with like a really, really crappy gun, and I worked my ass off and was just very patient for this.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, it was ours? Nope, but you can delete anything that's black. Ah. Actually, you can delete anything, so.
So, oh, there's another sniper in the tree right there, huh?
Mhm.
Saw him
So
too.
this is Arma 3, and this is one of the base building servers where you have to like be very careful around certain areas.
Oh, there he is. I see him.
guess I don't need Overwatch. These guys are offline.
You keep zooming in, then he just disappears.
Mhm.
Yeah. There he is.
We've been stalking these guys for a long time.
Oh, there's two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see what's gonna happen here.
And
2 for 1.
Ooh,
2 for 1.
Double kill.
Just got a 2-fer.
And it was like with
No,
the
even better,
worst
sniper.
gun.
The worst sniper rifle in the game.
Oh, I lined that up
What
so
the-
good.
Pretty much.
That was actually, I'm not gonna lie, it always feels good to get a double headshot.
That's so good. It was just like the ultimate patience of that.
Yeah, I know you could do that like in Call of Duty too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Double headshots.
It's just it's so
Alright.
much harder in games like this because it's like realistic bullet drop. You really have to plan for it. And I could I just remember going, this is happening. Like I feel these guys are about to line up, and it worked.
And it worked, yeah. All right. So I'm gonna show my clips next. I only have 2 clips, guys. Won't take that long. These clips, this one is actually from my most recent GTA RP stream. I don't even ask me why I did this or how I did this. It's just the gods of RP take over my soul. It takes over my soul. So this was titled "Allergic to Gluten-Free Food." I just thought this on the spot. Pretty much synopsis is there's a shootout with my boy Gnome. He gets in a shootout. We come across the NPCs. They shoot us up. And then the cops come pick us up. They don't pick him up. He's over there dying. They pick me up. And I pretty much said, hey, my blood pressure's low. Because I like to have fun with people. I said, my blood pressure's low. I really need a donut or something sweet to up my blood pressure because I'm about to pass out. So this is what pretty much happens. And this is an 11-minute clip. I'll go through the funny parts.
I believe it's on the bridge. So could you follow me here?
Hey,
Also,
Hey.
your friend is making an awful amount of noise.
I don't mean to like be an inconvenience, but I got diabetes and my blood pressure's getting real low, and I just need some gum. You got need
Gum?
some gum? I need some sugary gum right now.
I got diabetes.
I got diabetes. I'm talking like all the sugar in the world. His shoelaces right.
I got a donut.
Oh,
I gave him 4 donuts.
Okay, thank you.
Via cups after all.
Thank you. So I just like to mess with people.
It's like prime
Yeah.
RP right here.
Yeah.
Donuts for these?
The good
That's
kind.
awesome.
Gluten-free kind that we keep.
It's the gluten-free kind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm allergic to gluten-free. Oh, my throat's
How
gonna
can-
swell up. My throat's gonna.
How can you
My
be
throat-
allergic to gluten-free?
I can't breathe. you guys gave me gluten-free.
It makes no sense to be allergic to gluten-free.
I can't. I need the hammock maneuver.
And I just went to the emotes and I laid down.
Hammock maneuver.
I actually laid down wrong. I wanted to lay down face down, but I laid down on my
Mhm.
back. I don't know why.
Help.
I guess that was a hammock maneuver right there.
At least you didn't like
Yeah.
hang out or check your clipboard.
Yeah, yeah. All right. It took a while to
well,
get to it. There was Sunday front.
This guy is.
So she pretty much,
You know what? It doesn't matter.
and she pretty much, they come over, they try to help me out.
Oh God.
You're good.
She starts to
you're
move
good.
My
me.
body's on fire. Oh, I'm so cold.
We're gonna get you some help.
Oh, what? Are those a bunch of ants? There's an army of ants coming to get me.
I
Really,
just
that's
say
all
like
one
the
freaking-
most obscene things I could ever say. It makes no
God, that
sense.
Oh
gluten-free-
my
That
gosh.
gluten-free donut did me in.
My body's on fire.
My body's on fire.
Oh Lord, I need Jesus. Oh,
I need Jesus.
Our GPS.
Oprah Winfrey.
Your GPS would not lead me to here properly.
Save my dollar-saving soul.
Annoying.
Send me to the heavens for the $5.99. 2 shoes for
Wait,
one
do we have
sale.
an officer down at the moment, by the way?
Yeah, so they
You?
pretty much
Crap.
bring me over there. We have this long debacle. She takes me aside.
Give you activated charcoal and you puke.
She wanted to give me she wanted to give me some charcoal so I
No.
throw up.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently G's allergic to throwing up too. So he gets
What
up
are his injuries? Yeah.
Oh, 20 deep. Thank you for the.
and then I pretty much ask her to hold my you know people say hold my hair when I throw up. I asked her to hold my beard hair because I'm bald. So
And,
I will say vomit can get in the beard pretty easily. I have some experience in that.
oh yeah, it can. So pretty much
You
it
gotta,
goes to
you
this.
gotta point down.
Yep. Yeah.
In a badge. And I said, whatever that man gives me, I'll gladly put it in my mouth. But not
Oprah
like
Winfrey,
that, but
yep.
You know what
yeah. Well, it sounds like you've learned a lesson now, haven't
Hey,
you?
what
You
about-
won't do that again.
I mean. I'll put it in my mouth. this looks so good.
But pretty much, I kind of just actually went to throw up, and then I said I swallowed it. And then she said, well, you're not supposed to swallow it. And then I fine threw up again. But I like to pretty much just drag scenes out as long as I can.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
some fun, you know, introduce some cool stuff. I have one more. So this one is actually with, what is her name? Sailor Yes. I met her. I started playing some RP. And started playing with her and Reese. And I had a lot of fun. This actually, we were actually coming back from, I think, getting a dinosaur. Taming a dinosaur, and we saw these guys in the river kind of alongside our camp, and we thought we'd talk to them. And you think I'm random, you gotta check this out. This is something else. This is totally this is the birds and the bees talk every parent should have with their children.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yep.
You know what? I see what we gotta do here. Let me get up on my podium.
Oh Lord, here she goes. Oh Lord, oh.
Who's giving that child frostbite?
Time to tell everybody where babies come from. Okay.
Oh, sweet child, I'm not sure if we need to have. No, I think
These
we're
guys were
okay.
totally just
I
like
think you should
didn't want
tell
any
us.
part of this.
I think you should tell us.
Love each other very much. They decide that they want to have a baby.
And I'm just sitting back and just letting it happen.
And this is an RP server, right?
Yeah, it's roleplay.
His special love gloves that he wears on his hand.
Her voice is so awesome.
Mhm.
On the mama's butt. And then all of the love that the papa has for the mama, it comes out of his hand. And then the mama
Makes no sense.
takes it and it goes to her belly. And then there's a little bitty egg in the mama's belly.
What in the world?
I have no idea.
Bigger. And then when it's so big that it can't be in the belly anymore, it has to come out. So the mama poops out the butt egg, and then the papa.
This is actually not Pinky. This is actually Sailor Yes. Pinky. It sounds similar to Pinky, yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
But that science.
That could not have been any more true in the performance and baby making.
I'm not
Well
gonna
done,
lie.
child. Well fucking done.
That was very accurate. Pretty much 110% accurate right there.
For a
Yeah.
This could not have been any more true.
Yeah, we pretty much scarred him after that. The guy was concerned. He got off the raft and proceeded to ask me, what am I teaching this child? And we just made it really,
Oh my
really odd with him.
gosh.
But Sailor Yes is a really cool role player too. But I mean, I think that's all our clips and stuff like that. I think we've covered all our topics. I mean, it was great podcast and stuff. You have anything else you
I
wanna
really
add on to
enjoyed
that?
it. I don't. I think we hit all the topics, man. This has been good. I was concerned with it just being you and me, but this was
Yeah.
awesome.
I mean, we could talk for days, boy. You know what I
I,
mean?
I really do think so about
Yeah.
the ups and downs of trying to be a content creator full time.
Yeah, I think it's actually the reason I presented this podcast. I've been wanting to do it for a while, and I really wanted to. I mean, this journey. I met some amazing people like you, Dirty Randy, and another assortment of role players, and I really wanted to just give us all a platform to talk. You know, and I like it because we could just like. Some days you just as a content creator and a gamer, you just want to sit back and relax and just chill with the community and just talk about stuff. And I think this is a great vehicle, and I think this has a potential to grow. It's a really cool bi-weekly show, and hopefully one day weekly show where we cover different topics, you know, one week or the other week, where, you know, me and King are the hosts and we just bring other people on. So our purpose of this podcast is to introduce new content creators to you guys and to get more exposure of content creators we think are wholesome, great content creators, and you guys would love them, and we could trust you guys with them. You know what I mean? So that's the reason, and we have a great lineup. Like I do have a little lineup sheet in my thing, kind of like a little spoilers. We have a great lineup of, where is it? We got G Famous coming on. Everybody knows who G Famous is. Really cool guy. I call him the Diet G because I'm the one and only G. We got Blackie Chan coming on. He does amazing stuff with Minecraft. Shout out to him. He's on YouTube. Really cool guy. We got Will Wiggins, which is actually known as Black Oni, another guy who actually does fellow podcasts and is a really cool, wholesome content creator. I have a long list of people I'm reaching out to. I'm trying to staple down things, but as we go on, we do this more and more, it'll get more exposure and more people more likely to come on. Like, this isn't just for Twitch content creators, guys. This is for Twitch. This is for Mixer. This is for Hitbox. This is for YouTube. This is for audio. I just want anybody that puts out content, whether it be audio, video, or any platform. If you're a content creator by any sorts, or you just take pictures of wildlife, this is a platform for you. You know what I mean?
I'm excited to see where this goes, man. This is gonna be awesome.
I'm very excited, and I'm reaching out to a lot of people. And if you guys in chat or King have anybody you would love to see, that would be great on the podcast, so that we would meld and bond with. Definitely let us know. Miss for me or King will definitely add. So as of right now, this podcast is going to be the first and third Sunday of every month. At 3 p.m. PST, because EST time 3 hours ahead. But this has the potential to grow into something amazing, and we're gonna hopefully the sky's the limit. If you do like the podcast, if you're watching this on YouTube or right now on Twitch, share it. I'll be dropping this on YouTube. I'm pretty sure King will be dropping this channel. If you want to look at King, just at KingofSoup on YouTube, Twitter, any social media, on Twitch. Me, Glitchsythe, I'm on every social media: Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Glitchsythe. So if you do like the content we provided today, or you checked out our VODs, you like my roleplay, or you like King's arc RP, his arc gameplay, or his armor gameplay, base raids. Definitely, add us and tweet us out to people, share our content, because that's how we grow. You know what I mean? And also, we're building a community out of this. That's
absolutely.
What I'm really
this has been awesome, and I really enjoyed it. Thank you for doing this again.
Man, no problem. So I'm gonna bid you guys adieu. If you guys didn't know, you guys just came in right now. This is my boy KingofSoup. I like to call him one of my friends. And I am Glitchsythe, aka G. And it was definitely my pleasure, and I assume it's King's pleasure, to be you guys' host. And our second episode of Glitched Out Podcast. So many more to come, guys. We're talking about 100, 200, many more to come. If you do have any subjects you want us to touch on, please feel free to comment down in the YouTube comment box, or in the Twitch chat, or even DM us, or tweet at me on Twitter, or even reach out to King or any of us to say, hey, I would love to hear you talk about this. What is your opinion on this? Hey, I think this person should be great on your show. Let us know, guys. All right. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, King. And we'll see you guys on the podcast in 2 more weeks. It'll be we'll have our next one on the 17th of this month. Yes.
See, 1, 2, 3. Yep, 17th.
Yep, 17th this month. Blackie Channel.
Y'all have a good night. Thank you guys so much.
All right. See you guys. Peace.